Welcome, 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 welcome. Y'all come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Y'all come on. Come on. Come on in the room. 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 Come on. Come on. Come on. I know it's hot. I know it's still hot, but come on in the room, y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on in here. Come on in here. And look, when y'all come on and share it out, okay? Because we got an awesome, awesome segment tonight. And I'm gonna go ahead on and get started. Y'all know I love to talk. Y'all know I love to talk. But it's hot in here, y'all. So I want to help me get up out of here. Okay. Want to help me get up out of here. So tonight episode is called Not Dads but Fathers. Okay. Now, after I say this right here, I will be turning it over. I'm going to bring them up now. I will be turning the platform over to a very, very good friend of mine, podcaster Ray Butler. He is the CEO and founder of Chill with Ted and Ray. So y'all know what? I'm not gonna keep probably gonna bring him on up here. There he is right here. Where he at? Come on. There he is right there, y'all. So this is who going to be the facilitator of this whole not dads but fathers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Ray.
Tonight here is such an honor to be on with some amazing brothers. How you doing? How you doing, Kings? How you guys doing, man? Man, first of all, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to each one of you guys, man, for putting time to decide to have a conversation tonight. That is much needed, man. You know, I know you have heard the stigma of men as well as myself about, you know, absent fathers as well as deadbeat dads, as well as dads that just don't want to be taking on the responsibilities of raising a kid. So we're gonna dive in tonight, man, and I'm excited about the brothers that I have on because I know that each one of you brothers are some amazing fathers, man, and wake up every morning and put both feet to the concrete and be a father, man. So, man, well, I'm excited about how we can change the narrative from being comfortable with men being comfortable with being dads, and let's turn it into fathers, man. I said this before. Dads are namesake. That's just someone that is in this world that's carrying your name. Fathers is someone that is hands-on, an active father, a supportive father, a protecting father, father that just doesn't miss a beat, man. So I'm excited about diving into this, man. Hopefully we can get this right, man, because I've been seeing a lot of uh, single mothers, man, complaining about this topic, man. And they are excited about us bringing it up, and hopefully we can get some clarification tonight, man. So, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and let you, amazing brothers, introduce yourself. Let us know where you're from, what activities you are involved in, any type of greatness that you have, man, that you want to share. Without further ado, we'll start off with brother Anthony Rudolph.
I appreciate this. It's just amazing to be in camera dirty. Uh, it's amazing to be here. I've known Ray since high school. It's my high school track championship brother right there. So we've been rocking for a long time. So man, thank you so much for thinking about me. Thank you for the love and thank you for support. So me, Anthony Rudolph. I am the host of the Truth About Him podcast, a podcast for men's health and wellness. And our whole goal is to show men that they're not alone in what we deal with, because there's a struggle, right? There's a struggle because we die suicide at a rate 4 times more than women. So my goal is to create a platform that men can come and speak and really know that it's okay not to be okay. And it's okay to express who you are and be who you are. It's okay to be vulnerable and transparent. Right? I am in Riverside, California. Born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. Went to high school in Inglewood, as well. I met Ray, but I'm happy to be here for the conversation. So thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A good brother of mine, Miss Lori Houston, the waiting room. He likes to, man. He's a hat connoisseur, man. As you can tell, he got some amazing hats from him. But not only does he do a great hat, man, he actually stand on business when he comes to fatherhood, man. So, I'll introduce you guys, Clint D. Johnson. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Okay, well, good evening, everybody. My name is Clint Duran Johnson. I hail from sunny Southern California, IA, so it's a little earlier in the day. Um, my background: I'm an artist, I'm a writer, I'm a graphic designer. I've been active in ministry. I currently spend a lot of my time with working with youth in juvenile halls out here in the Los Angeles area, and I also work as a mentor for
Mm,
young men returning for reentry into society. Um, I was raised by my mama. My dad passed when I was just a very, very young little guy, so that's a very interesting story. And I've had the pleasure of being a stepdad to at least two wonderful children, and I'm a legitimate uncle to at least 10 other young folk. So I am always busy in the space with impacting youth. I didn't realize it was such a passion, but that's where I continue to find myself. So again, I'm Clint D. Johnson. I can be found at clintdjohnson.com. And thank you for allowing me a voice amongst these great men. Thank you.
appreciate that, man. I didn't know that we're pretty much in the same field. We're gonna dive into that, though, man. Um, Next, I have a brother that I interviewed a couple weeks ago, man, and that show actually went viral, man. This brother here has a story, like no other, man. To be perfectly honest with you, I have on right now, Dale Preacher Man Shuri. Go and introduce yourself, my brother.
Hey man, I'm glad to be on the show. Thank you, brother and sister. Named Dale Sharon from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Resides in Atlanta. Married. Minister of the Gospel of Jesus Christ. Um, Testimony. Children, stepchildren, and man, just being a father. Being a father. Not have I had a father, but he was not there for me, and it taught me how to be a father. Because I see what the impact of a father not being there, what it did to me, getting caught up in the street activities and being a drug dealer, being a jack boy, and womanizer and all that. But if I would have had a father to steer me in the right way, like the Bible say, father's supposed to shoot them as an arrow on that way. And so that's what it was. But now I'm just love being a husband and a father, and the minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ, reaching out to the youth. Used to do prison ministry, used to be a youth pastor, but getting back into the rotation of those things. Yeah, but I'm glad to be on here. Amen. Glad to meet all the brothers out there in California and North Carolina, sister in North Carolina, and yeah, amen.
All
You
right.
know, I'm excited about this as well here, and I don't see Bobby on, but I do see my guy Rick Dorn on here. We have the pleasure to also have him down. There's an upcoming interview on my show as well as Clint as well too. I got all these brothers. I want to make sure that I get all these brothers on my show. Uh, but Rick, man, I've been watching you. I've been listening to your music, man. I want you to introduce yourself, man, because I don't understand how busy and how gifted you are, man. So go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Hey, well, thank you. Hey, brothers. Good, good that you guys are on here. Appreciate you. Um, my name is Rick Dorn. I'm a father of two boys, but I like to think I'm a father of many boys. I have nephews that I poured myself into. I have uh, boys and men's that's not even in my family that I have poured and tried to minister to. So even though I have two kids of my own, I've poured into a lot of young men's lives, and I believe that's what we should do as men, not just our family, but each one teach one is what I believe. So we need to teach good habits and the love of God to as many men as possible, so they can be great examples to society. That's all I'm gonna say right
Man, I appreciate you guys, man, definitely for putting your Friday to the side, man, for this topic, man. A lot of people use social media for all kinds of things, man, but no one really uses social media for the topics that needs to be had and needs to be said. So tonight, man, I'm honored and grateful to be on with you brothers, so we can dive in and figure out, what is the loophole to, you know, elevating from to fathers, man. I believe fatherhood is a blessing. There's people out here that can't have kids at all. So to have
Can I say
okay,
something? Can I say something, Ray?
absolutely,
We got one more,
absolutely.
Bobby.
Is he on? I don't
Yes,
see
yes, he's here.
him. Okay, where? What? Um, just
There he
another brother
is.
I have.
There he is.
And this gentleman too.
Yes, there he is.
now. Just lost connection.
Just lost it.
Yeah.
Got to come back in. Yeah.
Um, well, we'll wait. We'll wait. We'll wait. It's
Yes, he
fine.
was. Yeah, he was
Um,
down here.
while we're waiting on him though, man, I really want us to be transparent with this thing tonight, man, because I think this is going to help a lot of people, man. Because the stigma about men, man, is very hurtful, and the way that the youth are right now, man, I think now is the time for this conversation to be had, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're gonna wait for him to get back on.
No, 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 I'm not telling you going on. No, I'm just telling you what's going on for tonight.
There he is. There he is. He got his camera off. It's saying he's offline right now. Hold on. I guess
Yeah,
he'll come
yeah.
through. But you can continue on, and we're gonna introduce him when he get. Um,
No, I wasn't starting the show. I was just segueing to the conversation
yeah.
in general. Uh, at any point, though, once we get everybody on, please don't hesitate. If something doesn't sound right, if you don't want to interject or anything, that's what we're here for tonight, man. Iron sharpens iron. We just want to try to figure out, man, how we can get these young
Bob,
boys, man, these young boys from father to be father.
can you
Are
hear
you
us,
in here?
Bobby?
I'm still looking. I see. Where you at?
I
Let's
think
see.
Bobby's having some issues. I think Bobby's having some issues. His camera. I think that's what is his camera.
He probably has to hit
There we go.
allow this one time.
There we go. I let him get himself together because I see the camera is on now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, uh-huh. We
yeah.
can't see you. We see your camera is on, but it like it's on the floor. Now it's off. But yeah, it's back on there. There we go. We can see him now, Ray. You can introduce him.
Oh, okay. No problem. No problem. Uh, this gentleman here, I'm gonna let him go and introduce himself. I actually have him as a guest on my show because I believe he has an amazing story. He's gifted, he's talented. He stands on fatherhood business, man. I saw him come up with a video a couple of days ago that we're gonna dive into further because it was heart wrenching as a father, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and I think that these conversations needs to be had. So, Bobby, go ahead and introduce yourself, where you're from, and just talk to the people a little bit about your background.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all.
Hey,
All
Bobby.
right. Yes. I'm Bobby Nicholson. I'm out of Houston, Texas. I am me and my wife working as the duo the gospel group Abundance of Love. Working on our music journey. Have a new single out right now. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I've been working as an engineer for Union Pacific Railroad for 23 years. Um, so yeah, man, that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate, like I said, appreciate you putting your Friday night to the side to talk about a topic that needs to be talked about, man, and needs to be
Yeah.
had. I think it's time now, as fathers, that we dive into this. So, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and let Mr. J, go ahead and start it off, and then I'll take over from there.
You the facilitator. You do your questions.
I get it. I get you. You know, if you want to go, I mean, we can go in and dive. I'm ready to dive in now.
Yeah, do your questions. Do your questions. Okay, I start off with one. I do have one. I have one. Put my glass
Yeah.
on. I have one for Bobby.
Okay.
What was your inspiration to write your song? God chose me
My inspiration for the
to
song.
write write your songs. Yes.
Okay. The song came from a place of just triumph and tribulation. In the interviews, I tell about how my mother was born with sickle cell anemia, and how giving birth was very life threatening for her, and how the doctors was telling her that either I would not make it, she would not make it, or neither one of us would make it if she proceeded through with the birth. And amazingly, she decided to step out on faith and go through with the birth, and her and I both made it through. Um, I was able to enjoy my mother for 17 years of my life, where she did pass away from sickle cell anemia. So this song, God Chose Me, came from that place. It came from realizing everything that God has brought me through, everything God has chosen me to endure, the ups, the downs, but everything has been necessary and has shifted me and molded me to be the man that I am today, and I'm very appreciative of
Wow. Wow. That's awesome there.
it.
That's awesome. And you and your wife, y'all, that's you and her is in that um y'all did that song together, created that song together. And
Yeah.
I've heard it. I like it.
No,
I
appreciate
like
it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate
I
it.
like it. Very good song. Very touching song. Very
Thank you.
touching song.
Thank you.
Okay, Ray, you next.
Yeah, I got a question for all the men, if they any men that want to dive into this question here. Um, 'Cause, it's a question that I have to answer myself. Is there any man on here that uh, had an absentee father?
I didn't hear the question. Like, can you repeat it again?
How did you overcome as a child into your
Can't
adulthood?
hardly hear you, Ray.
Is there any man from here other than can you guys hear me?
Can't hardly
Can
hear you. You
you
sound muffled. You sounded muffled. I don't know.
hear me?
Heard something about absentee something.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all I heard was absentee.
How's
How did you
that?
overcome being an absentee father? Is that what you said?
Can you guys hear me now?
How did you handle about having an absentee
No, I said,
father?
has any one of you dealt with an absentee?
Still can't hardly hear you.
Have any of you
I
guys
think he's
ever
saying
had
that.
to deal with
Sound like he's saying that many of us dealt with an absentee
Absentee.
father.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Who want to go first? If anybody ever.
Yeah, I can go first on that one. 100%. Yeah. I dealt with a father who was absent, who wasn't there. You know, with my dad, I have three memories. My first memory is me at about 10 years old, walking in on him having sex, active sex. My second memory is of my dad smoking a crack pipe. And my third memory is when I was 17 years old. He called me after about maybe 11 years asking for money. So I dealt with it when I was young. I had a lot of anger, right? And I had to realize the anger I had was a secondary emotion, right? And the first emotion, the emotion that I was masking was hurt. I was hurt because he wasn't there. I was hurt because I felt that I wasn't wanted. I was hurt because I felt that I was thrown away, right? And I really had to break free of that because my whole goal was that I don't want any of my kids to feel that void, feel that hole. So I'm gonna be a good father. In doing that, I kind of overcompensated for it a bit, but I had to break free of it, and I had to forgive him for what he did not know. Because talking to his sister, talking to my aunt, I found out that his father hated him. Right, his father didn't like him. His father disowned him, and I'm thinking, well, how can this man know how to be a father if he didn't have a father, right?
Exactly.
So that was huge for me. And when I forgave him, I had this massive weight that was lifted off of me, right? Massive weight. But I had to deal with it by becoming self-aware, by really sitting with the feeling of being hurt, the feeling of being disowned, and the feeling of being abandoned, right? Because I was abandoned, and that caused me to have abandonment issues in my life. So I had to forgive, I had to be aware, and I had to know that everything that he went through was not his fault, right? And again, what I went through wasn't my fault, but I chose to heal from that. I chose to find something different. I chose to say, you know what, this is not the way to go, right?
Hmm.
And that's how I dealt with it personally in my life.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else?
I could say something.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I appreciate
growing up,
that.
my dad
I
wasn't
appreciate
always there. He spent a lot of his time just trying to make a living for the family. So he was on the road all the time as a truck driver. Um, but what I realized in life is that as a dad, one thing is so valuable to kids is time. You can't get it back. You can get everything else back. You can get all the wealth. So I decided as an adult that I'm going to break generational curse, and that curse would be not spending time. So even when I was leading worship, I felt there were times that look, I need to be there for my kids. So that's coming first, my family and my kids. So as a father, my job is to lead my family, not to follow my family, but to lead them. So anything that I feel that they're lacking, I need to be in front of it as a good father, and that's what I say.
Thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
That's a good question, Ray. Very good question. Very
Yeah,
good question.
I can speak on that too. With that. I didn't have no father. He wasn't. I mean, he was kind of across town, but an absentee father really. I didn't know how much it wounded me, and how much it led me astray for not having a father figure. Because I looked at the drug dealers, I looked at the rappers, I looked at these people as leadership, as father figures, and it led me astray. Um, so an absentee father was, man, it messed me up bad. Um, I was anger. I didn't know I had anger issues as a teenager, in and out of juvenile justice. It all stemmed from lack of fatherhood. So it led me down the wrong path. But God had grace and mercy upon me. Like the Bible says, when my mother and my father forsake me, the Lord will take me up. And so that's what it was. And when I got older, I had to forgive him. I just went recently to his house. He didn't know who I was. He was cussing. That spirit was on him. That alcohol spirit was on him bad. And I just started praying. I just started ministering to him. And I had to tell him, I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know I was that hurt and that wounded because of father. Because we grew up in the projects, and it was like 90%, 98% of us didn't have no father in our life. 98% of us. I can name like two households had fathers in the household, but rest of us we didn't have no fathers. And so that led us astray real bad. But I had to forgive them. I had to find grace in my heart to
Amen to
forgive
that.
them and things like that. But it taught me though. I broke that generational curse, like somebody said earlier. Broke that generational curse. Now I'm in my kids like heavy, moaning because I know what it did to me. Man.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
That's good.
I'd like to address that as well. Um, and guys,
Okay.
thank you for sharing.
I want
But
that question
I'm
on
coming from a slightly,
absolutely.
slightly,
Absolutely.
yeah. Uh, can I share as well?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Mhm.
So my perspective is a little different because I'm the son of a man who died when I was 4 years old. My father was slain by gunfire,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and so the absent component is different. It's not that daddy wasn't there because he was doing something else. Literally raised in an environment where my father was removed. So
Mm.
um, even now as a slightly older gentleman, that the I heard the word boy and the word absent takes on a whole nother meaning. Um, I do a lot of writing, and this time of year is relatively difficult for me, right? So
Mhm.
I if I'm on a negative path, I'll think about birthday celebrations and activities that I may have been involved in, or particular things that the fellas I knew, their dads would show up for their events. So uh, uh, thankful that God gave me a mother who was very much invested in the things that I was participating in. And I did have grandfathers on both sides of the family and uncles where I saw uh, male leadership being modeled in front of me. And then it got to a time when, the Lord literally got his hands on me and I started going to church. So he delivered me from a lot of mess that other male figures that, I'm sure had influenced me. But the absent component is from this perspective, he's no one I can have an argument with. He's no one I could go repent to. He's no one that we got into our fights
Mhm.
or disappointments. None of that opportunity was ever afforded to me. Um, so I I I'm always thankful, even without my father being in my life, how God has had his hands on me and worked through those who were around me. So again, my perspective is a little different. Um,
Mhm.
y'all don't know how I wish I could. say I fell out with him and I had a fight with him and had an opportunity to roll up on him. Because again, that was never afforded. All I know is what my mom said about him, what my granddad said about him, and other family members who remember him and some photos. So that's my composite experience of the man that I would call father. So just a little different on my end.
Thank you for sharing. Wow.
Yeah, I
Wow.
appreciate you sharing it. I appreciate you sharing it.
Man,
Thank you so
But
much.
if you don't mind, I have a question I had a question for you, Clint. How um, how difficult was it to look for love in a father
Can't
figure
hear you.
after that?
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Mm-mm. You sound muffled. I think you said where you sitting toward your phone or something.
Can I make a quick suggestion while he's adjusting? Um,
Sure. Yeah.
on the right hand of your screen, down at the bottom, can you mute your mic when you're not talking? And then you'll see a little microphone at the top when you're talking. Just click that back on when you want to say something. That way it can be a little bit cleaner. It's a lot of um,
error. Yeah.
static stuff going on.
I'm trying to
It's
mute
unnecessary.
mine.
So if you click right in the right hand corner, it'll turn it off. And then when you're ready,
Yeah.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Much better. Much better.
What it was, is I had mine's off so I can listen to you guys. That was the reason I forgot to turn it back on. Uh, my question to you, I had about the first of all, Clint, I appreciate you sharing that, man. But my question to you was, in that situation, how difficult was it for you to find another father? I guess you could say father role model after that. Like, how
Can
difficult was
you?
it? Was your heart guarded after that? Um,
Okay, you're muffled again. I'm getting bits and pieces. I don't want to not understand your question.
can you guys hear me?
That's muffled now. It's more muffled. It's something with your phone. If you got it sitting on something, you're probably covering up the bottom of your mic up under the bottom.
uh,
While you're adjusting, Ray, can I
Can
ask
you
the
guys hear me
question?
now?
Yes. We can hear you a little bit.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, guys. What does fatherhood look like beyond simply providing for a child? What does fatherhood
I
looks
hear a lot of
like?
feedback. I can't hear anything.
What does fatherhood looks like beyond simply providing for a child?
Can I chime in?
Yes, anybody.
Okay. So being blessed to have been a stepdad and an uncle, I think the tapping into what the children are into uh, is everything. Um, I come from a realm where I believe support and support and time sometimes does a whole lot more than how much money you're going to throw at the next party, the next gift, the next whatever. Because the kids don't equate love, at least at that early stage, with, oh, daddy gave me a lot of money. You know,
Mhm.
so uh, the children that I brought up and my nieces and nephews, we would try to spend time together. I mean, I'm still a big kid at heart. I like to draw, so it was easy for me to say, hey, let's go look at some comic books or watch cartoons or play video games. And as simple as that sounds, those were tools to build relationships. Those were mechanisms where I could get into their world as well as them being into mine. And it's the same when your children are into sports or other activities. The involvement is so much more valuable to them than the sole economic support, and that's what you're suggesting. So I believe it's the time and the experiences that uh, we have with those that are in our care.
Thank you for that.
Can you
Anybody
repeat
else?
that question one more time?
The question?
Yes, ma'am.
The question was, what does fatherhood looks like beyond simply providing for a child?
Oh, okay. I would like to say that fatherhood beyond providing is not just do as I say, but do as I do. See, you got to lead by example. You don't have to say a bunch of stuff if you're leading and you live in a life worth following. So a lot of the stuff that you grow up hearing stop this and that, if you look at dad and he knows that dad is chilled all the time, a lot of stuff you don't have to say. So you got to lead by example in in every aspect of your family. Be an example, so you don't have to speak as much.
Thank you for that. Anybody else? Ray, you ready?
Yeah, I like to expound on that too. Like, it's
Yeah,
more
good
than
morning.
about providing. It's about spending quality time with them, about teachable moments, showing up at school, showing up, showing up in moments they feeling depressed, they feeling defeated, they feeling like the world is against them. It's all about encouraging them, pushing them, speaking life into to the children because with today's climate, with social media, these children getting beat down. They getting beat down with their insecurities, and you got to constantly um, give them affirmation. Let them know, especially with little girls, let them know that they're beautiful. Let them know that they princess. Let them know no matter what nobody say to you, keep your head held high. With your sons, you gotta constantly affirm them as well. Let them know, especially as growing up in our culture, it's so much dog eat dog culture. So you gotta affirm them, to keep their head held high too, and be wise about the company that they keep. So it's more than about being a provider. It's all about being that king and that priest to them too. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for
Amen.
that.
Amen.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
I'm getting a bunch of feedback. Is it just me, or
Yeah,
because I can't really hear what's going on?
yeah, that,
You ready, Ray?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
yeah. Can
Yeah.
you guys hear me?
Yes.
I have a bunch of feedback. So is it just me, or is that throughout the whole broadcast? I
No,
hear.
I hear some feedback too. I don't know where it could be coming from. I'm
Okay.
I'm gonna go out and come back in because I got my
okay.
phone on mute. So can you guys hear me now? Dude?
Yes,
Hello,
we
can you
can hear
guys hear
you.
me?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ray, you gonna go out and come back
See, yes,
in?
they no connection too.
Okay. So while Ray is coming back, going out, I have another question. I said I wasn't gonna say too much, but I'm gonna say a little bit now. Okay. What would you define the difference? I mean, excuse me. How would you define the difference between being a dad
Hello?
and being a father? How would you be
Can you
able to
guys hear
define?
me?
Yes, we hear you. Bobby, we hear you.
Hello?
We hear you. I can hear you, Bobby. We hear you. We hear you, Bobby. We hear you.
Yeah, can everybody mute? Let the speaker just talk. Everybody mute their microphone.
I can't get nothing, man.
We hear you,
Evidently, just
Bobby.
me.
Yeah, we hear you, Bobby. Bobby think we can't hear him. He might can't hear us. Well, well, what do y'all think? Let me see. Yeah,
That
Bobby.
sound is coming from Bobby.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
How's
The
that?
question was, what would you define the difference between being a dad and being a father? What would you call the difference between a dad and being a father? What's the difference?
Anybody want to go first?
Anybody want to talk? Ray, you hear?
Can
Come
you
on,
guys hear
Ray.
me?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, like I said, I came up with my definition, and you correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen. I said that dads are namesake. They just have someone in this world that that's carrying their last name. You know, I believe that fathers is someone that is looking to extend the legacy in the bloodline of the men in the family. So, which is, like I said, someone that's hands on, someone that's a supporter. I, growing up as a child, didn't know what a dad or a father looked like because neither one of them was present in my life. My dad was home, but he wasn't home, if that makes sense. So, I wanted to see, uh, if you guys agree or not. Not having a dad in my life, it kind of made me feel like I was a late bloomer when it comes to being a man. You know, but I committed myself that when I had kids of my own, especially a son, that whatever I didn't receive, I wanted to pour all that into my son. So I believe that a father is someone that is hands-on, present, active. Someone that is about building a legacy, about pouring into your son, letting him know that you want him to be better than you. You want him to be better than you. It's not a competition. You want, all fathers, excuse me, should want their son to be better than them. That is a conversation that fathers need to have with their sons. If you are not having that conversation with your son, then you're a dad. That's the way I look at it. You're a dad. If you're not having these type of conversations with your son, then you're considered a dad. So to me, I believe that to answer, go back to the question that you had, I believe that the word dad to me is just pretty much namesake. It's just someone that's in this world carrying your last name. Your last name. Fathers is someone that is interested in legacy. So I want to see how you brothers feel about that. Am I on point with it, or do you guys have any suggestions on that?
Yeah, I agree. I agree that, in order to consider yourself a father, you have to do more than uh just be around. It's necessary that you communicate with your children. It's necessary that you show up for your children, uh, sacrifice for your children, communicate with your children. And like you say, it's about building a legacy. It's about, wanting to leave something behind when you're gone. And a lot of that doesn't necessarily have to be financial. It could be
Exactly.
lessons, it could be lessons. It could be, teachings. It could be leading your children to a faith-based foundation. It could be, leading them to understand what education is all about as well. So, you know, it's about participating at 100%, even when, you're tired, when you don't feel like it, or, you may be sick, things like that. You still have to show up, and you still have to, give your kids everything you have, man. And some days everything you have may be 20%. That may be all you have, that day. But at the end of the day, you have to show up, and you have to want them to be, like you said, better. You have to encourage them to be better.
Thank you for that, Bobby. Let me look at the comments real quick because I don't like people. They put some comments in here. Y'all give me about 2 minutes to get some up.
Yeah, I'll
And if
talk
I
like
say
this.
your name wrong, Princess, I am so sorry. Akia T, I'm sorry. I know I probably messed your name up, but please don't hold it against me. But she stated both are male, both are male by nature. However, actions determine who's dad and who's a father.
Right.
Everyone male that has created a child is a dad. Of course, the title of being a father is earned. Thank you for that comment. Thank you for that. And she stated, it's coming up. She said, "Thanks, Dale, for adding me to this conversation. I am, I am an art therapist, and no, I'm not here to solicit, but I have a stage play coming to Riverdale, Georgia on June the 20th, titled Silent Treatment. And all male cast bring acknowledgement to the inner child trauma of the black man." Whoa. Okay, Queen. Okay.
That's
Okay.
pretty good.
Thank you for your comment. And then we have one by Miss Queen Ball. She said, "Hello, gentlemen." She said, "Hello."
Hello.
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello,
Yeah,
hello, hello.
I don't want people to
Hello.
think I'm not. And Rissa, she says, "Hello." Rissa Farmer, she says, "Hello, Unc."
Yeah, that's my niece. That's my niece.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She was chiming in because she felt that this conversation not only affects the males but it affects the women as well.
Yes, it does.
Because again, when you look at the word of single parenting, it's all about mainly the women, because the men. I hate to say it, gentlemen, but it's been a stigma out there that we leave the responsibilities on the women. And that's something that I wanted to talk about, tonight as well. Is it the women that's not allowing us to be in the kids' life? Is it us? Is it alcohol? Is it drugs? I mean, whatever it is. I mean, we can come up with all excuses that we want to, but I'm gonna be transparent with you things. There should be no excuses to wanting to be a father, because it didn't take one person to make the baby. So why is it only one person raising the child?
I like to expound on that right there, Teddy. But I came up in the '80s. In the '80s, it was not a lot of fathers, like I was saying early on. It was a lot of fathers in our life back in the '80s, in the early '90s and stuff like that. But now, fathers. I be seeing a lot of single father men, a lot of single fathers raising their son, raising their daughter. It's a lot. It's prevalent now. But some cases, while the man at there, I don't been in cases like the woman don't push you. Man, you try to do everything like man, you try to do everything to be in the child life, but she putting up obstacles and stuff like that. She putting up battles. She putting up all kind of things. I done been in a situation. I can't go into details, but man, this stuff got violent. I said, you know what? I just get my hands up. I get it to the Lord. Yeah.
No, no, yeah, I get that. I get that. You know, definitely don't want the government to be involved in the situation. But
Hey,
but what
bro,
about?
you got your camera.
Okay, Ray. What were you saying, Ray?
I said, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yes. No, I was saying I understand that as far as getting into the physicality of it. You know that when you get to that stage, then absolutely. But what about the women that are allowing the men to be a father and they still don't be a father? Let's talk about that because there are some out there like that. Let's keep it 100 now.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
right.
There
It
is.
is something out there. He wrong. He wrong for that. He wrong not fathering his son or his daughter. He wrong for that. He wrong. A man should take the responsibility to raise his children. But sometimes, like I stated before, the woman will put some obstacles in the way. But she ain't putting no obstacles in the way. That man dead wrong. He wrong.
What y'all think?
Well, what you got to say about that, Rick, Clint, Bobby? You know, let's talk about it, man, because there's a stigma out here that we are deadbeat dads, man. I mean, how can we get away from that stigma? I mean, I hear what you're saying about. I heard a podcast a couple days ago, and they were talking about. It was a gentleman on a podcast, and he said that the system won't allow the men to be a father. And I beg to differ on that because you're looking at a gentleman here now that's speaking now that has full and sole custody of his kids. So for people to say that the system don't allow the men to be a father, I would say that's incorrect because I went through the system. I showed up every court date. I did what was needed in the judge eyes to see that I am a stand up man. I am a stand up father. So let's talk about that. I mean, I know there are different circumstances and whatnot, but I just wanted to dive into that, man, where I heard that the system doesn't allow men to be in the kid's life, and I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick? I know it's for y'all men, but I got it. Because this is the area that I worked in social services and stood in the courtroom and advocated for children and all CPS kids. Now I can honestly say this: there were about 90% of the time where it was clients that was actually giving the men the opportunity to be in the child's life and everything, right? I saw a lot of this. So I don't buy that what he said the system is not for the no, no. I just
So
think
I
it's
don't buy
just
that
the
neither.
men themselves that that it also you got to look at this because when I was doing that kind of work, I would talk to some of the men, and some of them would just be open enough to say, "Well, you know what? To be honest, I didn't want no children, or I didn't want no child. Now she's making me be the daddy. You see what I'm saying? So now we looking at this is the reason why I'm choosing not to be in this child life because I told her I don't want no baby. I told her I didn't want no baby. So now we got to look at the circumstances that got him to the point where I'm just not going to do it. But I just had to say that the system is not like that.
Yeah, but you got to understand that the circumstance became a circumstance when you didn't use a condom.
Yeah, let's put it on out there. Yeah, that's right. You're right. You're right. That's the circumstances right there, right there.
I'm just
That's
being
right
honest.
there.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah, just put it on out there. Just be honest. Okay,
What,
guys. What else?
but you know what, Clint? I want to dive into something. Can you hear me, Clint?
You're fine. Yes.
I want to ask you something when you were saying about you, and my condolences to your dad, man. But I want to ask you a question. How difficult was it for you to gravitate to another male figure, real male role model, and open up your heart to him like you did your father after losing your own biological father?
Um, so it's a great question. The 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 primary male figure that I opened up to was the one who primarily poured into me, and that was my father's father. Now, the interesting thing is, I didn't really, you know how families can be. I didn't really spend a lot of time with my dad's dad until I was pretty much into my teens. So my mindset, it was always legendary. This is the father of my father. So I put that type of value on it, right? Now, standard wise, uh, my mom's father was always there, but he was actually very, I'm going to say always there, but he was somewhat old school and slightly stoic in his mannerisms. So he was the traditional man's man, which was great. My dad's dad looked at me like, oh, this is my boy's boy. So how he poured into me, like I heard one of the brothers before said affirmations, right? There was an affirmation that was brought. Um, there was a family pride that was put into play. And so I gravitated towards that. Outside of that, uh, my uncles, my other grandfathers, I've never had a bad experience per se. Strict, yeah, okay. Negative, no. So I'm one of the blessed ones in that respect. Um, when I at the age of 24, 5-ish or so, when I joined the church here in California, that pastor, however God used him, tapped into my spiritual side, which allowed me to open up. So the father figure came through a ministerial uh, avenue. Beyond that, I was being silly. I was trying to be like the Fonz. I was trying to be like Morris Day and the Time. It was a whole nother male figure, not necessarily developing the best male of me outside of being cool. Cool has its place, but the pastor, and I know people shoot down pastors every day. I'm not one of them brothers. I'm not one of them that's gonna snatch the pastor's skeletons out the closet because you got a problem with God. I don't roll like that. So the spiritual leadership that I had, the natural bloodline from my granddad and my uncles uh, played a role. Back to your question, the ones who I gravitated to or I could open up with, my granddad to my pastor. Now get this, because I'm an artist, my art teachers had a window into me. Weirdest thing that I think about it, I will forget my math teacher, my English teacher, but I can still name my art teachers. So that's they tapped into something that was inside of me. So um, and if you let my little sister tell it, I can be a bit standoffish. I'm a bit reserved. So it's the right frequency to get to me anyway. So by the grace of God, by the grace of God, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, man. Because seeing that I didn't have a father present, man, I gravitated to uncles, uh, pastors, bishops, elders, whoever would give me love, show me support. I was quick to cling to him. I was quick to cling to him. Um, what about and if you guys have anything you want to talk about as well, you can chime in too. I had a situation where, well, let me ask this question. Are we at a state now that parents have curfews and the kids don't?
I couldn't.
Ray,
I couldn't hear you.
I can't understand you. Whatever you're saying, and I know it's good. but I can't hear you.
What'd you say?
Can you guys
Can't hear you
can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now?
now.
I think his mic went mute. I think his mic muted.
All right, how is it now?
That's
Okay,
better.
yeah, yeah.
Right there. Right there.
How is
Yes.
it now, gentlemen?
Right
Yes.
there. Good. Good.
All right, perfect. The question I have for you guys, man, are we at a state now where the parents have curfews and the kids don't?
Huh?
Yeah.
Would the parents have
Yeah.
curfews and the kids don't?
Yeah. Well, what I mean by that is we're all around the same age. There was a
Mhm.
time where we went in when the lights came on. There are
Right.
kids walking down the street midnight, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and the mother and fathers are in the house. So,
Yeah.
my question is, are we at a state now that parents have curfews and the kids don't? And why is that? Are we at a state now where the parents are scared of their child?
Hmm.
Mm,
I think it's more of we have a lot more parents interested in having a friendship with their kids,
Yeah.
um, and a lot of the rules that are put in place are, parents don't in today's time have a hard time upholding those rules because they are more in tune with trying to keep the friendship between them and their kids instead of realizing the boundaries of parenting. And so you have the kids that are doing kind of more what they want to do, and a lot of the parents, because like we said in our community, a lot of those kids are coming up in single parent households, mainly single mother households, and so to keep the peace, I feel like a lot of mothers just try to be friends with their kids and give them ultimatums and give them more options and more leeway and things like that, and like Dale was saying, back in the, 70s, 80s, uh, mama didn't play that, you know, she just give you a look and you knew that was the time to stop whatever you was doing right there. And it wasn't no going back and forth and it wasn't no politicking and that this is it. And
Mm-hmm.
so I just think we got away from that somehow in our community as far as parenting. We got away from that, and now it's a friendship thing with parents and their young adults or teenagers.
Hey man, I agree, brother. For real. I come up on. I'm old school. I come up on the old law, so I
Yeah.
don't have, I put that belt. I ain't got that power.
Yeah. Yeah.
yep.
I'm old school.
Yeah. You have to.
Yep.
But yeah, some of these children, Teddy, real that some of these children they run their parents. They run
They
their
do.
parents,
They
and
do.
Yeah.
They
and
do.
you
They
can't
do.
say
There.
nothing. You see it, but you can't intervene in it.
Yeah.
But it's sad how some of these kids they do they parents.
Yeah.
My mama, shoot man, I got beat with drop cards and
Yeah.
brooms.
It's different.
Yep.
It's different.
Shoot,
That's
It's
right.
definitely different. It's different,
It's
man.
different.
It's different.
I think this, and it's definitely generational. Let's go there. It's generational. But
Hmm.
by the grace of God, I'm what you call the tail end of the baby boom, right? So they say
Yeah.
black don't crack, but
Yeah.
salt, pepper, talk. So
Yeah.
um, they just didn't play that. Now the kids nowadays, what I've witnessed, I've seen them threaten their parents and talking, "I'm gonna call the police on you."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
I've seen the parents do this whole timeout routine, or they want to bargain with the kid. I didn't have none of that. Mama
oh,
said it one time, that's my upbringing, and the
Yeah.
second time it was on and cracking. You
Yeah.
did not
Yeah.
have the option or the opportunity to debate with the parent. Now, check this out. My mama was raised by both of her parents, so I can only imagine what it was like coming up in that household because there
Hmm.
was a time when mama would get you, daddy would get you, and the parent, excuse me, your neighbors,
Yeah.
if you were cool with your neighbors, had the right to get
Yeah.
at you.
Yeah.
I remember,
Yeah.
and whoo, this is a long time ago, and I ain't saying it was right, but it's how it was. I remember going up in the principal's office, and the principal had a paddle waiting on me,
Oh
and
yeah.
and I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah.
I'm one of the bad kids. Like, let's go there. So
Yeah.
so the threat, if you want to call it that, the being able to reinforce the discipline has been removed, and I think the dark side of human nature of what it is, it's going to take advantage and try to cover as much ground as it can if there's no repercussions for its actions, even in the sweetest little kids. That thing is alive. So
Then
Right.
I think that's the problem with the parenting, where when a kid can say, "I'm going to call the police," I'm like, "Oh my goodness!"
Yes.
But this is literally the world that we live in.
That is
You
true.
discipline your baby and you go to jail. What?
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
That's
I'm
true.
gonna read.
Then I'm also
I'm gonna read
saying
a.
too.
I'm gonna read a comment. She says, "Technology has shaped family values in ways we don't acknowledge, and the relationships amongst the value has lessened. There is no conversations around the table." You are exactly right about that, Aka. If I say your name wrong again, please forgive me. Please forgive me, Aka. You are exactly right about that. Oh my gosh. But y'all know what I want to do? I have a video. I'm gonna start right here. I have a video I want to show y'all, and I want, cause this video was sent to me, and I want y'all guys take on it. Okay? Let me share it. Y'all bear with me. Let me share this video. Hold on now. Hold on. I'm still getting used to my software, y'all. Share screen. Okay. Is that it right there? Let me find it. Hold on.
Then another thing too for the video come on. Then a lot of parents want to be they children friends.
Hmm.
You gotta separate that too. It's all right to, you know what I'm saying, to use wisdom in that area with your child, but being their friends, I don't see parents in the clubs with their children, and I say,
Mm.
Lord, I'm glad you got me out on the street because I ain't want to be in the club with my child.
Yes, indeed.
That's
Yes,
not a good
indeed.
look.
I'm coming with the video, y'all. Hold on.
Yeah, you're right about that. Trying to be friends, man. You can't be friends.
Uh-uh.
Got to draw the line. Have
Got
to
some
draw the
boundaries.
line.
I'm coming
Got to
with
be
the
Yes,
some
video,
boundaries.
y'all. Hold on. I
yes,
had it, but
indeed.
I lost it. Gotta find it again. I'm sorry.
Listen,
Mm-mm-mm.
Why we like this is great, man. Yeah, you're right, man. I grew up in Inglewood, California, man, and my neighborhood looked out for one another. We don't have that no more, man. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's because of you know these I guess you can call YNs or whatever, man. And
Mm.
they being very territorial with the neighborhood. I remember back in the days we used to have those candy houses on our block, man,
Oh
where
man.
the
Hmm.
candy house. We don't have that no more. We don't have flag football in the street, tackle football in the street. We can't
Yeah,
have
throw
it.
up tackle. Throw up tackle, yeah.
Yeah, throw up tackle, whatnot, and like I
Yeah.
said, man, I don't
Yeah.
know, man. I felt this conversation was needed tonight for sure, man, because
Hmm.
we are, they clubbing it with their kids. They're starting to dress like their kids as well.
Yeah.
You got parents out there dressing like their daughter. And that's that. And then the parent get mad, the mama get mad because the men don't know who the mother or the daughter is because of the way they dress. You
Man,
know,
how can a father come in and father that though? It's a hard task, man.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right about that. Yeah. That's trouble right there.
Yeah.
but what
Yeah.
about? But while we're waiting on that video, are you ready for the video? Or are you still looking?
Okay, I found it.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it. Now I gotta share it to y'all. I want y'all honest opinion about this. When y'all look at it. Okay. Let me go back here. Come on up. Hold on, y'all. Let me get it. There it is there. Oh, it's spinning, y'all. I don't know why it's taking so long for it to pull it up, but it's spinning. Devil need to leave me alone today.
Amen. Somebody said in the comments, say they lose respect for their parents, friends, parents. That's true. Like
Hmm.
when a parent try to be their when a child try to be, a parent try to be their friend child, they'll lose respect because
Yeah.
we know that friends end up betraying you. You know, so that's so true.
Hmm.
Okay, I got it right here. Hold on. There it is.
Hey, while we waiting, how many kids do you gentlemen have?
I have four myself, two adults and two teenagers, man. Whew, Jesus.
I got four in the possible.
He
I ain't saying it like that.
said four and
I just gotta
impossible.
get a DNA test. I gotta get a DNA test.
He said four.
They grow
There it
up
is,
and
y'all.
disown you. They grow up and make it seem like it's your fault. They grow up and blame you for so much of shit. I am fighting for my son. I am fighting for my son to have a good life, good education, good standards, good world, like just good. And this boy wanna be in the streets so bad. He don't want to do right in school. He don't want to do right by his siblings. Now he disrespecting me to the point where I just don't feel like fighting no more. I am tired. If it's not him, it's Nucy. If it's not Nucy, it's him. I am bawling my eyes out. I am so hurt right now to what I can only do is come to you guys and I don't give a fuck what y'all say
Excuse
about me.
me.
I am fighting for my son. He is only 17 years old. He not understanding this world is fucked up for a black
Excuse
person.
me.
It's fucked up for a black young boy. I let my son live life. I don't get on him about a lot of shit he do. Only thing I ask for you to go to school, get good grades, come home at a decent hour, and do right by your siblings. I let his girlfriend come over. Any girl that want to come over so he can feel comfortable. His friends come over. Let him hang out. I support him. I buy him shit. I make him feel like he's a young man. And then you turn around on me and say I'm the problem. I'm doing too much. I'm overly stepping motherhood. I'm overstepping parenthood. You need to this. You need to that. This is what the fuck these kids grow up and do.
Excuse me.
This what the fuck they
Excuse
do.
me.
This the second one. I am tired of fighting to give my kids the
Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. Honestly. Hold on. Yep. She's upset. I'm trying to stop it, y'all. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What y'all think? What y'all think? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a lot to
that
take
yeah, that was a lot. Um, I wrote down doing too much almost before it came out of her mouth. First it's sad, right? Whatever, um, whatever sad relationship or uh, challenge she's having with her son. Um, I'm gonna say it this way, and this may not be fair because I don't know the totality of her circumstances, but generally the issues we have, they tend to start early, and
Yes.
and she sound like she spoiled him, right? And it's okay, liberties and luxuries and all that good stuff, but she is raising a child who clearly does not appreciate her efforts. And again, that probably started early. He's probably a cute little kid. She probably spoiled him to death. And when he got to a place where you couldn't tell him nothing, um, it's sad to see her in such an emotional upheaval based upon the disconnect and the disrespect of her son. Uh, and from that, I digress. I would pray that there's something that could happen where they could develop a stronger relationship, and that he would come in line with what his mother believes he should do and be. Thanks, be sense.
When I first heard it, like the Bible say, chastise thy son while there is hope, because basically it's gonna come a time where there is no hope no more. And I felt in my spirit that that started when she when it was young. She didn't bust his tail when he was young. She seemed like she gave him everything that he wanted. Um, and that's what I felt in my spirit. Like she didn't stop that early on. Somebody else said it in the comments too, that she dropped the ball at an early age. She dropped the ball early, and I don't know the magnitude of the household. And I remember I was showing out like that as a teenager though, but um, I was doing that out of hurt and out of trauma and stuff like that. So, but it seemed like she was saying that she gave him everything that he wanted. Oh no, you can't do a child like that. You gotta withdraw some things. That's my take on it.
Okay, Ray.
I like both of y'all takes, man. I love it. I love it. But the common denominator that came up to me um, goes back to this topic that we're talking about tonight. Where's the father?
Woo! There it is.
That too.
There it is.
That too.
There it is.
I
I forgot that
heard
you're
a
right.
lot of crying. I heard all that crying, all that yelling, but I didn't hear one time about where was the father at. Did you all this crying that you doing right now? Did you have this emotional conversation with the dad? Now, if the
It's a,
dad,
it's a more it's a more to it's a more to it because she
okay,
talks about the
okay,
father not being there, but I just cut it
okay,
off right
okay.
there.
Well then, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna be honest with you. If the dad, if she is not, if she is allowing the dad to be in this child's life, then that's a sucker move, man. You done got your son and got to a point now in life where he's uncontrollable now. Now he's a statistic.
Mm.
He's uncontrollable now. And it's not just the mother's fault. It's the dad's fault because all this disrespectful and all this that she's talking about, I'm pretty sure the dad is getting some of that too if he's around. But he probably don't say nothing to it. And this is what I was going to dive in about earlier, but we didn't get to it. Is that the dad is probably? I'm just saying. I don't know because I didn't look at the whole video. But it seems to me like if the dad is in the life, he's that dad that just spoiling his son with money.
It's a stepdad involved as well too.
Oh well, there's no. I mean, I don't know that video really disturbs me as a man.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Mhm.
Can I say? I gotta say something. I'm sorry. I know I wanted y'all to speak, but I just can't sit here. What got me is when she said, and he had the nerve to blame me, say I'm the reason. Man, I have heard so many in that courtroom, so many mothers saying the children were saying that to them. It's ridiculous because they be mad because the father is not there. They
Amen.
blaming you because I even had one to tell me, well, I feel like my mama the reason why her and my dad are not together. Why do you feel that way? A lot of kids are so mad at the mother because the dad is gone about his business for whatever reason. Maybe they decide to split up peacefully. Maybe he just decided to say, forget y'all, I'm going on over here with Sally Mae and help raise her children. You see what I'm saying? So now homeboy mad at mama. Because he thinking mama is the reason why dad ain't with us. You the reason why dad ain't with us. That touched my heart real bad. I'm
And,
sorry.
and, and that's a topic that we could talk about too. That a lot of these women do be bashing the fathers to their sons.
Yeah,
They always talking bad, to their kids about their dad. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm pretty sure that the story is not totally told.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I mean? I saw something in the comments here, and I was going to see if you guys agree with it too. If you guys this type of father as well. Someone Sharlock put, when you do things to make them feel comfortable and not to learn from, uh, then it creates the issues earlier. She said something about in the video that she did everything to make her son feel comfortable. I don't want my kids to feel comfortable.
I know that's
I
right.
want I don't want my kids to feel comfortable. I'm not your friend. I'm not your
Amen.
homeboy. I'm not your OG. I'm not none of that. I'm your dad. I'm your father. You can feel comfortable when you're out of my house. But
Mm-hmm.
right now, you feel uncomfortable because when kids feel uncomfortable in their house, they understand that there's boundaries in the house.
Uh-oh. There it is. There it
So
is.
it seems to me that the boundaries in this lady's life, in this lady's house, is over with. It's been walked on. It's over with. From looking at that video, I want to see if you brothers agree with this. From looking at that video, that child doesn't even look at her as his mother anymore.
Mm, yeah.
Um, something. I mean, again, we're not privy to the past. We don't know what led up to this eruption, but it's one would believe there's been a series of events or even
Yeah,
behaviors on mom's part where that child, the way she described him, his evaluation of his mother isn't very high. It's beyond just rebellion. He's just respecting her. And we as men, I can't disrespect my mom. There's some times I
absolutely.
done raised my voice and mom, I'm so sorry. It shouldn't have came out that way, right? I had to rewind the tape real quick, right? And then we laugh and talk about it because we grown, but nevertheless, I was out of bounds. I couldn't
Yeah,
fathom openly, yeah, mom, you ain't this and woo woo woo. And what I'm kind of old school. I get the friends coming over, but mama should have been saying what type of boys are hanging with my boy because they're influencing him. And the little, here we go. Lord have mercy. Generation. The little fast girls. Y'all with me on
I'm
this
about to
one?
say that too.
Hey, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She cute. I get it, but she shouldn't be here. Ain't her parents waiting on her to come home? What are we talking about?
Right.
So, I
Ain't no
mean,
laying up at mama house.
Mm-mm.
you,
Don't,
you
don't
know,
y'all don't, don't y'all think that still goes right back to absent father not being around?
Oh yes, 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 yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
I
it's
do.
like
But listen, it's some stern mamas that ain't playing that either, though. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
It's some. I was watching the episode of Married with Children, that goofy show that used to come on with Peggy as the mom, and I forget Bud was the son, and
Yeah.
and the modeling was reversed. There was we grown right. They were so happy that the little boy had a girl come to the house. They didn't know what to do, but of course that's so some dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
Yeah.
so dysfunctional
yeah,
that
yeah.
they gave him a pass. Babe, what? She came over, yelled on, but in a house that runs the way it should be ran, baby. You listen, you got to go home because
Yeah.
I can't imagine my son or me visiting a young lady and her parents are cool with my boy being over there all times of night. Something's wrong.
Yeah,
It is.
Send my boy home. He ain't got no business being
yeah,
over there. No matter what I done told him, he on some slick Willie Hound Dog stuff. I get it. Get up out that girl's house.
That's right.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right. I agree with that.
Like you were saying,
yeah.
Miss Angela, like it all reverts back to not the father being in the home. Because a father that, grounded and rooted in the word of God, he wouldn't let that be going on. Like, no, young lady, you can't be coming over here. Son, you shouldn't be inspired to be trying to lay up with no woman in your parents' house, son. Come on now, son. It's
Hmm.
steps to this right here. Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
But
Now
what-
comment, Lori. Lori, she said, sometimes overcompensating takes place when the father is not present. She's overcompensating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amen.
that
I
part.
agree. I
That goes to like you were saying. Some of be trying to be the friends instead
Yeah.
of the parent.
That's
And Charles,
amen.
she said,
Amen.
Charles,
Yeah.
she said, okay, I was living with my grandma and she didn't play that spend the night junk. That's right, Charles.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Shout out to the big mamas. We don't have those no more. The big mamas
Exactly.
wasn't playing that.
Now we ain't
Exactly.
got that no more, man. Hey, it's messed up. This generation, man, man.
Yeah,
Sylvia said,
yeah.
It's gonna be messed up,
Sylvia,
man. We
she
gotta
says, Sylvia, she said, sit in the living room. But see, me personally, as a mother, even though the child is 17, and I know my morals, the first thing I'm gonna tell my daughter or my son, no, your girlfriend or friend girl is not coming over here. I don't care if you want me to sit in the front room with you or not. No, y'all ain't doing none of that. And I would do my daughter the same way. No, we're not sitting up in no house. No,
Amen.
that's my morals.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's
So
your house for real, for real.
exactly, exactly.
Honestly, particular behavior has to be modeled. Rules need to be set in place. And here's the beauty and the downfall of us being human. We're gonna test the rules. We're gonna test the boundaries. Parents have got to be willing to reinforce what they say,
amen.
or there's nothing to it. Well,
Yeah,
they and don't be don't be halfway. Don't let your kids be halfway attractive, right? So they already got they're fighting the fight that they didn't ask for. You know, you got a little daughter, she got a little shape on her, you cringing, oh my God. Or your son got a little swag or some little girl down at the liquor store or the little girl in the classroom told him he's cute. Now he's smelling himself.
yeah,
You
Telling
gotta
this
deal
thing.
with all that and check that on arrival. You got boy, sit your butt down. We need to talk.
yeah.
Yes,
But
I
that's
agree.
the problem. That what you're talking about now, I said it all the time. That is the problem. It is hard for men to stay in the fatherhood position when they boys become teenagers. It's too much for them.
Yeah.
That's when all this happens. When they're little
Right.
boys, they're father all day long, hands on, active, and all that. But as soon as these boys turn into that teenage, that's when all the fathers disappear.
But
Some.
why?
Yeah.
Why?
Mm.
Come
I'm,
on, y'all. Why?
I think a lot of fathers that disappear. I think they see their childhood when they was bad and everything in their son, and they felt like it's just too much for them, man. I feel like it's just too much for them. I know a lot of brothers, man, that they feel like giving up on parenting, man, because becoming teenagers. That's the that's the most time, the most important time in a fatherhood's life is the teenage part. To be perfectly honest with you, that's
Yeah,
the most important part is teenagers.
yeah, it's a lot of adversities comes with being a father, teenage boy, and stuff like that. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna feel like, man, this is tough. Sometimes you're gonna feel like giving up, but that's the time that you got the perseverance through it. You got to perseverance through it. You got to take, man, go in prayer. Lord help me. I got a teenage boy, and man, he want a girlfriend so bad. I'm like, son, you gonna get there, son. Just chill. You gonna get there. He want to get wet so bad, man. Son, you gonna get there, man. Just take your time
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
man, you gonna get there, man. Cause you gonna get that little further up, man. She gonna have you out there. You need to get your heart broke. That's what we're gonna take. You gonna get your heart broke, and then we're gonna take
Man,
you to sit your butt down, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But but
Um,
yeah, them teenage boys though, man, it can be some trying times, and that's the time that we gotta revert back to the Lord. Lord, give me strength. Give me strength.
Definitely.
yeah.
Wow.
Um, wow. I remember when I was raising my stepson. He's 30 now, and he reminded me I was 6 when I married his mama. Right. So um, those teenage years were very trying. I remember, and I mean, I'm not proud of it, but we've probably been there. Where it got to the point where he felt like he wanted to have a physical altercation. He thought he was that big, that bad, that bold. And I kind of looked at him. I said, okay, I can go get the boxing gloves. We can do this if you want to do this. And the boy had big hands. Hands are bigger than mine, right? So I said, look, man, if you hit me, you might hurt me. You really might. But when I get up, we're going to have a problem. And he didn't want to challenge that. He didn't want to go there. And sometimes with that male testosterone and that thing we do as fellas, sometimes we have to meet them where they are because if I hate to say it, if you cower down, especially with this new generation, lack of a better term, if they can punk you, they will.
Hmm.
So the respect component has got to be instilled early. It goes back to I'd rather that you fear me than me be your friend. Street level, they say they rather be respected than loved. There's something to that because if you respect me, you're not gonna step to me crazy. And then when I talk to you, my words carry weight. As you mature, you go, dang, Pops really did love me because quote unquote he poured into me. Quote unquote, he gave me some real life game, not the street game. And if you need that too, but it's like here's the direction. I love him, right? So I remember how I was brought up, so I tried to do a little bit differently. I would encourage him, man. If you into these girls, I get it. That's natural. I would early on say, get you one good one. Forget trying to be player and how many you can get. Don't do that. It's a distraction. You're gonna get caught up. You're gonna miss where you ought to be. And what I know of him, and I'll say that I'm proud of him for all of his life, he's been a one female type fella. And that's not the cloth I remember when I was coming up. Not very many of the men I knew was trying to have just one. So so God gave me a way with this young man where he avoided a whole line of foolishness that comes with that. Because it ain't nothing but trouble, you know.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
good.
Sylvia Fleming, Sylvia, she says, at least in the living room, you can still somewhat control the narrative for the time being. Make the most of those moments. Nah, nah.
Man, we ain't control. Look, once you leave out there, you gonna go get some water. So, I was trying to touch something.
hey, Bobby, I would like to get in on this topic too, man. But before that, uh, Clint, you said something that I had a question about here. Do you think? And shout out to you, man, because you raised someone that is not
Yeah,
biologically
that's dope,
yours.
man. That's dope right there.
So shout out to you on that. My question to you on that though is that probably the reason why the men are absentee is because they Don't love them because they're not biological. There's not a lot of cunts out in the world. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay, great question. I think it depends on the man himself, because earlier in the conversation we got men with biological babies and they MIA. It don't matter.
Mhm.
Like, I don't want the kid, or I'm not ready, I'm not responsible, whatever mold they fall into. Um, my okay, this is great. Um, Pastor Wayne S. Davis went on to be with the Lord a long time ago. I was in an apostolic church, and the scripture, I would add to it now. I know, but he said it was better to marry than to burn, right? So
Amen.
so
Mhm.
I thought about not wanting to, using church terminology, defile this young woman because I'm hot and bothered and I'm wild. Let's go there. Now I didn't married you, and here come little man. I knew he was a part of the package. It's not. It wasn't in me to disrespect his mother nor lead him astray. If for whatever my attraction to his mama was, I signed up to raise him as well. The interesting thing is, and this is not to throw shade because circumstances are what they are. The biological father, well, let me put it this way: I was more active in the young man's life than the blood that was in his veins. Real delicate topic there.
Yeah.
So I think it's on the man what he wants to do with that family. Um, I believe boys, and here I am not having that in home father. I know that men play a role in the lives of the children. My void in life has shown me chinks in my own armor because of the absent, regardless of how he was absent. That wasn't poured when Mama had to double up and play both roles. Father's Day, she get a Father's Day card as well as a Mother's Day card. Y'all hear me? Um,
Hmm.
but hello.
We
I think, hold on.
we can hear you. We hear you.
I think phone probably went dead.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's a very good question, Ray.
Yeah, that was a good question though.
Because to be honest, I was one of the ones that when my kid's father left me, he put his finger in my forehead and he was pointing my forehead like this and told I have a baby on my hip, and he said, "Ain't nobody gonna want you with your ugly A with three children." That's what he said, and walked out the door. But you know what? February of next year be 29 years. That man laying right up in there wanted me and my three children for us.
Praise
This
God.
Valentine's Day. Yes.
Man.
So that, yeah, I mean, and that's non-biological, but it happened. You see what I'm saying? If he knew I had three kids. I knew he had three kids. Blended family. We did it. We did it.
Amen.
But he proved it wrong. He proved it wrong. I would never forget that. But it's
Amen.
hard. It's hard raise. It's hard. It's hard trying to raise um, non-biological kids. Because some of them look at you like you're the reason why. You the reason why X, Y, and Z, and then they start rebelling against you.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
what y'all think about that?
Yeah, that's gonna come with the territory right there with non biological kids when you coming in to a woman that got children or the woman coming into a man who got children too. So that's gonna come with the territory. They're gonna rebel against the the non biological parent. That just comes with it. Not
Yeah.
in most cases, but mostly all cases, that comes with it. First thing
Yeah.
they gonna holler, you ain't my daddy, you ain't my mama.
Oh my gosh! How many times did
Mhm.
I get that? Yes, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah, but we must understand though, when those kids say that, they're coming from a place of hurt.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right.
And and
It's
and,
it's
and as a
really it's
social
really
worker, I
it's really
understood
not
that.
directed towards you. It's who abandoned them. You
Yeah,
know.
I agree with that
Um,
too.
but
Mm-hmm.
Bobby, you just got on, man. Go ahead and give me your insight on what we've been talking about.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. We have a blended family with April and I. You know, our teenagers are and they were older when we got together. You know, so um, it's it's for me. My foundation about it is we're gonna move as a family,
Mhm.
and we communicate that with the kids. We are a family. We are a family here. It's and you have to get with this program.
Yeah,
As long as you are here and as long as you are under our roof, this is the program. And you're getting older, 16, 17. You got a choice to make. You got the ability to choose not to be here, and if you don't want to be here, that's your choice. But if you're going to be here, you have to respect the fact that this is a family and we're going to move as a family. So it's none of that, you ain't my mama, you're not my daddy,
Mm-hmm.
because it's respect in here, and that's how we've been preaching that to the teams that we have with us since day one.
That's good.
Is we love both of you, and we want to equally help you get to where you want to be. But the only way we could do that is for you to respect the rules and regulations of the
The rules
family.
and regulations.
amen,
Hmm.
Exactly. Amen. I
Yeah.
amen,
appreciate that. Miss Quana Stewart, she says, you got some fathers that's not in their kid's life, and sometimes stepdad will step up and take on the responsibility of the father. Exactly. I
amen.
agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's
And they
true.
don't have and they don't have to. If you stepfather, they don't have to be done. And
That's true.
then Miss Sylvia Fleming, she says, I think it's on the mom slash dad to have a real conversation with a step, and also for the step to have a conversation with the children, child or children. Agree,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agree,
You got to
agree.
talk. You got
Yeah,
to have a conversation.
You got to
I
have it.
agree. I'm a blended family as well. I came with the package. You know, I have a set of twins. My wife has no kids at all. I had a conversation with my kids before I even proposed to my wife. I asked my kids how they felt about her. You know, what they do they think that dad is making a great decision or anything? And while we're talking about that, I would like to get your input on this, gentlemen. Is it okay to get constructive criticism from your child?
yeah. I think, yeah. Constructive criticism. Yes, I got a very wise little daughter, so I ask her all the time about how you felt about what I said, and just to hear their input and stuff like that. But if it's some manipulation in it and stuff like that, I don't take heed to it. But if it's some sound wisdom and sound criticism and stuff like that, I take heed to it. But if I see a little hint of manipulation in it, I
Mm.
override
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think having that conversation with your kids is necessary, mainly because there are certain situations to where the person that you're interested in, your significant other, may be one way with you when they're with around the kids, and then another way when you're not around with your kids.
it. Yeah,
And so talking to your kids to kind of get a feel as to, hey, that's a way you can get some type of feedback as to, if there are, issues. And same thing with your significant other. Your kids could be one way around your significant other while you're there, but then
Mm-hmm.
when you're not around, they could be disrespectful, or they could be, you know, doing things like, yo, I ain't got to do this since my mom ain't here or my dad ain't here, stuff like that. So the communication is very necessary, I believe.
amen, amen.
I believe that
Mm.
too. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Hey, quick question. Is it do you guys feel as fathers it's okay to show your vulnerability to your son, um, to not always show macho.
Masculinity.
You
Yeah.
know, is it important? I mean, I feel that the reason why a lot of the youth are the way that they are now is because all they see is macho, 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 macho.
Yeah.
I think if these boys saying that these fathers really do care for them, really do love them, with showing some tears, you
Yeah.
know, and showing some kind of concern, man. I believe that. So, what do you think about that? Do you think that we should, kind of bring it down when need be, when need be?
Yeah. I do. Um, I've been having my son since he was 8 years old. When his mom and I, split up, and he we went through some things in that time, and me having him as a single father, um, from the age of 8, um, I realized that I couldn't just always be the macho. I had to learn myself, um, how to try and give him the stern, fatherly type of love, and then I also have to be a little bit more compassionate, and be, a little bit, like you say, show your emotions, talk to him,
Yeah.
try to reach him on a level of finding out what was going on in his heart, going on in his mind. So I've learned that over the years. Like I say, he's about to be 16 now, so that's going on, what, 8 years. It's taken me at least 5 or 6 of those 8 years to figure out how to try to balance both, being, having dealing with my son.
What about you, Dale?
Yeah, yeah. I definitely I tell my son time after time, man, it's alright to cry. It's alright to, to show some signs of vulnerability and stuff like that. And I also let him know you ain't gotta be tough all the time. You ain't gotta be it's a balance with it. Just have a balance with it and things like that. But with him playing sports and coming up in the hip hop, coming up around this culture, you it don't our
Right.
boys ain't got a chance to show no vulnerability and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
So if you show a sign of vulnerability to this culture that's out here, they'll deem you as weak, soft. So they gotta always carry that S on their chest. I told
Mm.
them, and you ain't gotta carry that S on your chest every. If you feel like you gotta be tough around people, man, get off around them. You
Yeah.
know,
Exactly.
you ain't gotta always be tough. Show your toughness when it's time to defend yourself. When you time to, like, you know what I'm saying. When it's a place, it's a time and a place for that. You
That's
know,
true.
yeah.
That's true.
And the reason why I asked that to you, gentlemen, man, is because you're looking at someone that I'm about to turn 50 years old this year, and
All
I
right. All right.
just heard my father tell me that he loved me at 45.
Mm.
Mm.
I've never heard my dad ever growing up tell me that he loved me.
Mm.
I've never heard those words come out of his mouth. So my question is, I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only person that had that kind of upbringing. And is that, or could that be the reason why the youth are the way that they are now? Is because they have never been told or showed love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
definitely.
know,
They got this. It's the theme. It's a term out there. You show love will get you killed. You know what I'm saying? So that's perpetuated in our society. So a lot of boys grow up with that chip on their shoulder. Like you can't show, like I was saying earlier, you can't show no signs of vulnerability because shoot, it's a doggy dog world out there.
Yeah.
Y'all, you
That's
big
true.
homie Snoop Dogg came out with that song back in what that 1993. It's
Yeah.
a doggy dog world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and the
true.
only reason, like I said, the only reason why I asked that question because if we can be transparent, man, you got a lot of these kids that they want to go to the NBA, they want to go to the NFL, but when the reality sinks in, the percentage of a lot of people going to the pros is very low. You know, so once they realize that can't happen, then they fall to the streets because the dad is not telling them that they love them.
Hmm.
The dad is not telling them to come up with a plan B.
Yeah.
There is no plan B with the youth nowadays. They are going with A, and if A don't work, I'm going to the streets.
But too, then Ray, too, a lot of boys that resort to the streets are fatherless sons, man, fatherless
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
It ain't you, guys who got fathers in their life or a father figure in their life. They don't really be in the streets like that. It be the ones that just single mamas, that come from a single parent household. It's very rare that you might find a group of guys that they have fathers in their life. They in the streets. That's slim. The statistics shows that let's think it's a high statistic. Say if the father's in the child's life, he like 80% he will not come a juvenile delinquent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I see that.
Mm,
I can see that.
that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
So if you could give a percentage, we're just talking. If you can give a percentage, how many of these boys do you believe have been told from their dad that they love them?
Shoot, that's tough. I go to a mountaintop here in Georgia. Man, it's a lot of ethnicity groups up there, and a lot of those guys have father issues.
Mm.
Their fathers ain't never, man, the Caucasian community, it be a lot of them, man, they have so many father issues. I would never knew that. How society paint a picture like black fathers are bad. But you hear these guys' story, and man, these guys will tell you, man, my father never um told me he loved me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can
A
I
lot
can
of the
I ask,
fathers that.
can I
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
can I ask something real quick about saying you love a father saying that they love you? Do you think it's because it will drop their vulnerability and masculinity by saying that I love you, son? What y'all think?
I think it's the times that they grew up in. You know, you talking about some of the World War II vets, some of the
Yeah, yeah,
Vietnam vets. That was our generation. The generations before us. And a lot of that hard shell, hard nose. Just work. Just going to work every day, just providing for the family. A lot of the fathers back then didn't even really spend a lot of time with their kids because they was working so much. I know my dad was telling me how his dad, he was an all-star athlete, football, baseball, everything, 3-star, 3-sport star. And my grandfather never came to any of his games, but he was at the house. He just worked one job, got off one job, went to another job, working two jobs just to, make sure that the roof was over their heads and food was on the table and the bills were paid. He just didn't spend any quality time with
mm,
the boys, and so they lost him in that way. Just having that time and being able to see him be emotional or passionate or compassionate, say I'm proud of you, like you saying, Ray, I'm proud of you, I love you, things like that, give you those words of encouragement as a young man. That goes a long way when you don't hear it.
Sylvia,
I
she
have a
said,
funny.
Sylvia, she says some people cannot give what they don't have, while some create ways to have new slash different and better outcomes. I could
Mm.
agree with that. If you
Yeah,
were never taught, you don't know how to do it.
correct.
If never taught to you, I agree with that.
Hmm.
Uh,
I sure do.
I remember. Yeah, that's true. I think it's so okay. So as men, right? in our community, right? The word love is literally foreign to a lot of people. You hearing like it's a term of endurement. The younger men that I've met say it faster than the brothers that are in my generation, and it's deep to me. Love you, man, and they say it quicker. I have I'm reminded of a good buddy of mine. We've been friends for over 30 years, and I remember I said, "Man, I love you, man." And my boy, we tight. He froze up and did not know how to respond to that. Right? I said, "What's wrong, dog? I love you." Okay. He found every word he could find except to say, "Yo, man, I love you too." Um, I remember my dad's dad. We got this really deep conversation, and he used to be that generation where, love wasn't the first affirmation or term of endearment. So I said it first. I love you, Grandpa, and he froze. He looked at me, and it wasn't. He didn't know what to do with that. So a lot of us don't know what to do with it, because it's not common. We'll say, well, God is love, and love is the greatest power in the universe, but we don't say that to one another. I love you, man. How? What's more powerful? Well, back in the '70s, we don't know nothing about this. There was brotherly love and throwing up the fist. We saw the videos and cats had the afros. We didn't. We was too young to really know what that was, but it seemed like there was a greater sense of community and uh, culture, which I don't like the way the word culture is used nowadays, but that culture of that time, people interacted more, and you would hear the word love more, and I think for what it really meant. I care for you. I'm there for you. I'm down for you. It's the closest we gonna get to somebody saying that they love us. I'm down for you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I got your back, homie.
yeah.
Oh, okay. That means I got mad. Oh, I got mad love for you. Okay. So it's the word love itself is just as a naked word. A lot of men aren't ready because here we go. As men, that's not strong in our vocabulary. It's not necessarily modeled in front of us. One of
Right.
the first questions she asked outside of financial support, what is it like to be a father? Well, fathers love. Fathers show
Ooh.
love.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Fathers
Whoa.
show love.
Yeah.
Um, my grandfather, here we go again with me and you know, my situation. So my grandfather would tell me, because, me and my little sister and, Pop did his thing. He would gather up all his children. Let's go there. Young man doing his thing, but he would gather the kids up and take them to church. In his mind, that was him showing love to his kids because he believed that if I take him down here to the church house, the preacher gonna say something good to him, and that's me showing love to my kids.
Mhm.
So it's the interpretation of this word. I'm one of them brothers. I ain't got no problem with it, man. I love you, homie. Oh, Clint, man. Nah, dog. We there. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the handshake and then I'm gonna pull you in because I love you. Let's go. And I got my nephews, and here we go. Uh, how does this sound? Okay, now mind you, I'm very heterosexual. Let's go here. Let's put
Yeah, I
that
was
out
good. I
front.
was gonna go there. I was gonna go
Yeah,
there.
it's okay. I'm very artsy as I want to be. Love, yeah, females. Let's go there. I kiss these boys and tell them that I love them. I love you, man. They're to the point they walk up and they kiss me on my forehead. What's up, Unc? Mwah. That's how we get down over here. I used to kiss my grandpa. Come over there, shave his white beard, kiss him on the forehead. He got used to it. Ah, that's my boy Clint. So it's a missing component in the whole fatherhood manual. So
Mhm.
how about this? Love is displayed based on our actions and our sacrifice. Why is it not a part of the vocabulary?
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now I gotta say this a lot now because I heard some. I heard my grandson say something to this effect about a man saying they love one another. A lot of them think that you got to be gay because you're saying you tell another man that you love him. You see what I'm saying? That's that. Don't bring that gay stuff around here. I'll be like, why you say that to your uncle?
Yeah.
Because he said he told he loved you. That's some gay stuff there, grandma. Like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't
So,
understand.
so you know what that is, right? That's called confusion, misunderstanding,
They don't
and
understand.
applying the wrong definition to a
Hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
Heaven help all of us if love is fully removed. What is that like? Come on,
Hmm.
y'all.
Yeah.
I
You're right
get it.
about that.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You're
want
right
to give
about that.
you, I wanna give you brothers a scenario, and I want to get your input on this here. Let's just say you have a single child, a boy. His mother is the primary breadwinner, so the dad is the house father, I guess you can say. Um, the father is in the house, but not in the house. He doesn't support him in sports. He doesn't, you know, do any sit downs with him, conversations. But he cheats on the mother.
Mm.
And when he cheats on the mother, then the lady that he cheats on the mother with, he gets married to her. And he asks the son to be the best man in that wedding of the mother that he cheated on. What state
Mm.
of mind would you think that boy would be? And before you answer that question, that's my story.
Mm.
Come on, Ray.
Man, I would definitely have to. Man, my phone about to go dead.
Come on, Ray.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a psychological situation that a young man have to tap into. It's tough. It's hard to wrap your mind psychologically first around that question, um,
Yeah,
because we want our loved ones happy. You know, we want our mothers happy. We want our fathers happy. Our sisters, our brothers. Aunts and uncles and everything like that. But when you put somebody in an awkward situation, such as that one, they have their right to feel the way they feel, and you can't, you as the father asking that question, if you're going to ask that question, then you also have to be prepared to understand the answers to that question, because the answer to that question could be, I can't do it. I can't do it, Dad. I can't do it just based off the respect of my mom. And that's would be your right to say. I mean, like I said, it's no knock against you moving on. It's no knock against you wanting to, have the life you want to have or you prefer to have. That's understandable, but everybody should, have their principles as to what they stand on and what they believe in. And your parents aren't going to always, understand your principles. Your children aren't going to always agree with your principles, but those are your principles that you have to guard and you have to keep. And that's what give you your build on who you are, create, who you are.
yeah, yeah,
What y'all think? What y'all think? Come on, guys.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
almost
tough.
got in a situation like that, to be transparent. I,
Thank you for being transparent, Ray. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for that.
yeah, man, that's
You
deep,
didn't
bro.
have to do that.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
deep.
yeah. Man, that's good.
That's deep.
That shows a sign, man. That
That's a release.
yeah, you'll never let nothing hold you in a closet. Amen. Glory be to God. But a lot of people want to admit that, man. A lot of people want to admit that, man. I almost did something like that too myself, right? But I almost did something like that too. I was in a situation like that myself with my first marriage, and my son. I used to bring him around as this woman that I was cheating on his mama with and stuff like that. Um,
Mm.
man, but man, I ain't never it didn't ever get to that far. It ain't never get that far. But I probably did the same thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Probably
but
did
see,
the
I
same thing too.
you know, I went through with it because I was an adolescent at the time,
yeah,
and
yeah. Yeah.
I want to always make my dad happy, even though he
Yeah.
was an absent father. I always wanted to make my dad
Yeah.
proud of me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Always. That's the whole lot of boys out here that just doing things just so they can see their dad proud of them, man. You know what I mean? Like I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong. I knew he shouldn't be marrying the woman that he cheated on my mom with. But I just wanted to make him proud, man.
Yeah.
And it kind of like disturbed. As I got older, as I got older now, my mom passed away in 2018. I'm a single child, but because of all of the childhood trauma, and I'm pretty sure a lot of boys feel this way that are close to their mother because of the childhood trauma that I had. Man, my dad is still living, but I feel like I lost both parents when I lost my mom.
Mm. Mm. Man,
Mm.
that's deep. So how did your mom feel about you supporting your dad in that way? Was she upset with you about for you uh supporting him in that way?
She just wanted me to be a son.
Hmm. Yeah.
She just wanted me to be a son.
Mm.
He can't be a father. He wasn't a father. So I never stopped being a son. No matter
Yeah.
what. No matter what he didn't provide for me, I never stopped being a son.
Mm.
I always called him dad, even though he didn't earn that title,
Yeah.
but because of respect that
Yeah.
that is missing now. That's missing now. No
Right.
matter how our parents treat us, we these people just disrespect is at a highest level I've never seen in my life. But my dad ain't did a doggone thing for me, man, in my life, man. My dad ain't did a doggone thing, man, in my life, man. And I still call him dad. I won't call him father,
Mm-hmm.
but I will call him dad.
Yeah.
Not
You
dads,
know what I
but
mean?
fathers. Wow.
It's
Wow.
good, man. I think my phone
That
about to
is
crash,
that is
man.
heavy. That is heavy. Charles
Yeah,
said that is heavy.
Yeah, that's
heavy.
heavy.
Before we wrap it up, I got a question I want to ask. And this is concerning legacy. Cause I'm sitting here listening. Y'all know say I haven't had too much tonight to say. I'm asked a question every now and then. But what kind of legacy should a father strive to give and leave their child?
If you guys don't mind, I'll answer this before my phone crashed out. I'm gonna answer
Okay.
my version. I'm gonna probably have to go put it on. So for me, it was about me talking to the men, the boys I have, about the trust that my wife and I are developing for the family trust. And in our community, we are, as far as I know, we the first ones in our immediate family to discuss a trust and to get a trust started for our family so that we can try to leave something behind for our children. And I think that's so important. And the reason why I'm saying that is because my mother's dad, he had the house in our family for years, 40, 50 years. And when he passed away, the house went with him because he didn't take care of the paperwork. He didn't leave nothing behind for his girls, my aunts, and the house we all grew up in, 3 or 4 generations of kids. That house went
Oh,
down. That house went with my grandfather left. And so for me, I want to leave behind a legacy for our kids to be able to at least have a decision to carry whatever we have to leave behind, a family home. We my wife and I, we talk about life insurance policies because a lot of A lot of us don't have that when we pass away. People doing, money gathering, they do stuff, cash apps and all that, try to bury you. It's not really talked about in our community enough. And so just to try to leave something behind, hopefully the teachings that have been instilled in you over the years, finding your faith base, respect, love, honor, is there as an adult. But just to help, we look forward to leaving something behind whenever we perish on to the next life, so that it could at least be a little lighter for our children, our grandchildren, and great grandchildren, or whatever. So we put those things in place to leave a legacy behind.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Hey, Bobby, before you go, Bobby, I want to say thank you, man, for putting this Friday night to the side, man.
Oh yeah.
Just wanted to
Yes.
tell you, I appreciate you before you get off, man. I'm excited, just hearing the nitpick about, the knowledge and the wisdom that you have, man. We will be tapping in with each other. We already have a interview scheduled, man. So I can't wait to have that sit down with you, my brother.
Yes,
All I
sir.
can do is tell you is keep being an example of what a great father is.
Thank you.
Yes.
And that's not to your household, but to, you know, the boys out there.
Right.
Keep being an example, man. Keep being a mentor. Keep being,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is that you're doing out there, man. Keep doing that, man, because, it may feel like you're not being noticed, but you're
Hmm.
Yeah.
definitely being noticed, man.
Hey man, appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I'm committed
Thank you
to
so much.
doing it, and it takes a village, man. It takes a village. So I'm excited about the village that we have now. I hope we can do this again, man, and, to bridge the gap, man. So shout out to you, man, and shout out to all the brothers that's on here as well. But I know
Yeah,
you
nice
had to
to meet
leave.
all you
So,
brothers, man.
flowers,
Nice
my
to meet
brother.
Thank you,
everybody.
Nice to meet
Bobby.
you, Bobby, bro.
Thank everybody, man. I
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Bobby.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Man, you got it going on with the sound effects and everything. I got to set my game.
But yeah, the legacy that like on biblical, on scripture and stuff, and then, the Bible say a good man leave an inheritance to his children. So my inherit that I want to leave to the children, my children, the legacy is always follow Christ, put Christ first, and um, no matter what, don't lose your faith. And like the Bible said, what we do for Christ, that's the thing that's gonna count. And that's it. Basically, any material thing that we could accumulate along the way, and we can leave generational wealth, that'll be good. But the legacy I want to leave with my children is biblical principle.
That's all right. Appreciate that.
And I
Thank
gotta
you.
go to and I gotta go to a funeral tomorrow, so I gotta hit the road with 3 hour drive tomorrow.
Okay.
So
Thank you for being in here.
yes, yes.
Thank you so much for coming. I really
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah, appreciate you,
Yeah, man.
brother,
Nice to
man.
meet
My
you,
condolences,
brother.
man. My condolences to you.
What's your brother name? Brother Clint. Nice to meet you,
Yes,
brother
sir.
Clint.
Hey, Dale, nice meeting you too, man. Hey, careful on
Yeah,
that road out there too.
yeah, yeah, yes, sir, man. And when I come out there to Cali, man, I'm gonna have to check in with the OGs now.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you,
Hey, man,
Miss
my
Angela.
condolences
Thank
to
you.
you, man. And, yeah,
Hey,
my
Ray.
condolences to you, man. And
Hey, Ray. I had asked Clint to say when I come out to Cali, do I got to check in?
hey, man, in all sincerity, man, I'm praying for your family, man. I'm
Yeah.
praying, strength and comfort the entire family
Yes.
during this bereavement, man.
Yes.
I'm proud of you, my brother, man. We had an interview, man, and it was amazing, brother. Clint, we got one coming up as well, so I can't wait for that with you, my guy.
Y'all be ready.
And it's this was a very impactful show, man. I'm excited about it, man. This was actually therapeutic for me as well.
Amen,
Mm-hmm.
amen, amen.
Mm-hmm.
May y'all be blessed,
Amen.
man, and y'all take care. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right,
All
be
right.
blessed, brother.
Okay.
So, Clint, what's going on, man? I had a question for you, if you don't mind,
Let's go.
because I have a series of questions, man, and I would definitely love to get your perspective on them, man. Um, what is your what is your definition, or the different definition of a dad and a father?
To me, dad is a very it's a watered down title because it doesn't hold the weight or the gravity of father. Like when you say father to me, I shift into Abba Father, God being our heavenly Father. Within Him, there is provision. Within Him, there is love. There is healing. There's the shepherding. Um, Within the Father, there is the the ability to build and mold and to and in the earthly position coming from God first, He gives us the responsibility to steward uh, the children,
Mm-hmm.
or the children, nieces, nephews, whomsoever were over. Um, and a dad, you know, I do believe that the terms are synonymous, but father just holds so much more weight, even to your ear, father. You
Exactly.
know, and dad, that's cute. I mean, it's even negative. Oh, he's got a dad bod. That means he's out of
Right.
shape.
Right. Right.
you
Exactly.
know, so dad is the watered down, cute, fluffy version. Father is the one that's gonna stand ten toes deep and do what he's got to do. That's a father. Yeah. Um, and
Until Ray come back, what
he's
does
back.
leadership? Go ahead on. Finish. Go ahead on.
No, no, I'm good. He's back though.
Oh, okay. Okay. I had
Oh, you
missed.
got a question? Go ahead.
Did you say something,
Hmm.
Ray?
I said you got a question. Go ahead.
Go ahead on, Ray. Get your questions out.
Oh no, I was just wanted to know how do you feel about or do you think that the notion of single parenting, wh- wh- how did we get there, man? How did we get to where you have, I mean, because like I said earlier, man, and I don't know if we even chimed into it because we were getting deep on a lot of other things, but you know, it took two.
Mm-hmm.
It
Hmm.
took two.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we go from one responsibility?
Um, here's my perspective. Uh, and again, it's somewhat skewed because of how and why my dad's not here. But I believe that if folks are not willing to be responsible, then you're not willing to be a parent. That's mother or father. Um,
Hmm.
I know people who do amazing at co-parenting because they themselves can't work it out, but they are still very active in the lives of the children. Um,
Yeah,
and so it's funny with me not being a biological father. Psychologically and emotionally, I go through it because there's always the big question mark: what if, and God, how come, and da. But the way I view fatherhood, and there might be a fantasy aspect to this, right? That I believe dad is supposed to be there. Um, I'd much rather come visit my dad in the worst situation than have lived a life and never had an opportunity to visit him at all. So it's that type of gravity. Two, I've seen it too often where the mother and the father just can't get it together. They can't get past their issues. And sometimes it's not about him being a deadbeat or mama being unfit. You hear that terminology. How
Mm-hmm.
about two folks who made a choice, either the moment or whatever? He come little, baby. And then at that point in time, even if the adults can't be husband and wife, they still need to be parents.
Exactly.
And that's literally
Exactly.
how I think.
Exactly.
So
I agree.
let's talk about the fathers that are addicts, and they don't want their kid to witness that, so they stay away to clean themselves up so they can get back in the kid's life, and the mother doesn't allow them because they've been so far away, and not even being so selfish. I'm speaking of the women. They're being so selfish that they're not even looking at the bigger picture. Like, this man is trying to clean himself up to show a better example
Mhm.
to his kids, and now he's coming to you being as transparent as he can
Mhm.
and saying, I am ready. And they will not allow him, but what they will allow is bashing him to the kids.
Okay, so here we are. We are in a society that really throws people away. Let's go there. Um,
Okay.
we throw folk away. They ain't worth it. They ain't nothing. They ain't nothing but a wino. They ain't nothing but a dope fiend. That
Right.
kind of those kind of conversations. So once that reputation, that stigma, and it's something where that person hit the wrong thing at the wrong time and they got hooked. Okay, that's not a compassion play. That's really what that is. I believe mother or father. I understand the boundaries,
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
but to absolutely have a wall where either parent can't see that child, there's a problem with that. And and unless that parent, the parent who's an addict or an alcoholic or whatever, it, it if if they are so far from being delivered, then okay, that person's a danger to my child. That person's a danger to their child.
Okay.
But if you mad because something happened and that other parent is has substance abuse problems, I don't think that's a reason to bar that person from that child's life.
Exactly. I agree. Exactly. As a mother, I agree with that. I really do. I really
You
do.
know, um, let's go here.
Is that an excuse though? Is that a fair enough excuse for a father to be gone?
No, now are we talking about the father just gives up? Because if he is an addict or he is one who's caught up in some type of substance abuse, he's not whole at that time.
That's right.
So clinically speaking, he or she, they're off already. Maybe they're just a fraction of who they were prior to the chemical imbalance that the drugs does to people. So I personally, I don't automatically villainize or demonize the user or the addict. They themselves need help.
Mhm.
If I can't help me, then it's going to take something else for me to think that I want to help this child. Now, if you fall into levels of depression and self pity, those aren't excuses either, but they're real. And I've heard people say, I don't want my kids to see me this way.
Yeah. Yep.
So now this isn't a question of right or wrong nor an excuse. This is a condition.
I agree.
This is a condition because ideally they shouldn't be on nothing.
Mhm.
Ideally, mommy and daddy, especially if they were married, to death do us part, rich, health, for all the vows that we used to hear before people started writing their own and didn't mean nothing, right? Uh, if those vows are in place, then we're gonna make sure that dad is in some type of facility or getting some type of help. He's going to a group, something. Okay, old school. Go lay the Bible on him, get some Holy Ghost oil. Pray that demon out of him. right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
whatever that is, to get that person better so they can better serve the family. Because fatherhood and motherhood is service.
It
That's
is.
Yeah.
service.
Yeah.
That's service.
It
And you
is.
know what? I didn't want to miss because I knew this conversation was going uh, uh get the women involved as well here. I'm looking at one of the questions
Yeah.
here.
Get ready. Yep.
Uh,
Get ready.
he's saying that why is that when dads have the opportunity to be in their kid's life, but because dad doesn't have access to the mother, they will do the bare minimum.
Exactly.
Come on, Clint. Don't let them
Exactly.
talk bad about it.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay, no. I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna say it is so individualized because I personally know some good brothers, and the mothers are running roadblocks, they're running interference, they contaminated that child's perspective of the other parent.
Mhm.
So it's too many factors because let me say it like this: is she mad at him? She probably don't have nothing good to say about it. And I'm gonna say it the way I've seen it. Children are used as leverage,
Yes.
and if she can't hurt him any other type of way, I will withhold this man's child from him, and
There
she
you
knows it's
go.
gonna tear him up.
That's right.
Now,
That's
now,
right.
now, now, now,
And it's
back to the
wrong.
bare minimum. Back, it's wrong. Now, back to the bare minimum. In a depending upon your economic state, sometimes his best is her bare minimum. Because everybody ain't big baller shot caller. Everybody ain't like, yo, man, I'm the six figure Negro. You know,
Mhm. Mhm.
everybody ain't at least a thousandaire. When the first of the month roll around, somebody ain't even a hundredaire, right?
Right.
So
Mhm.
so 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 with that being said, it goes back to the very first question. If all the weight is put on what's given financially, and yes, we're the provider, protect, provide. Men nurture too. Men give wisdom too. Men inspire dreams too, right? I've
Yeah.
seen little girls, it's daddy, it's daddy. She lit up for a way, daddy who she never sees, that she see mama every day, and mama don't get that same reaction out of her. Whatever that is.
Mhm.
Okay, whatever that is.
Mhm.
So I do not think it's fair that all brothers are thrown into this category of the bare minimum. Now, let me flip it. If your attitude is extremely foul and nasty, however you got there, and that's all you ever show him, you're not going to get the best out of him.
Mm.
That bare minimum to him is like, this all she got coming
Yep.
because her attitude is so foul.
Mhm.
If she flipped it and knew how to pick a few roses and say a few sweet things, I was told you get more what is it, more honey, more bees with honey than you do
Honey. Yep.
vinegar, something
Mhm.
like that. I believe that. Listen, that I don't care if that's divisive, but it's effective.
Okay, Clint. So she said, Clint. She's saying bare minimum. She's meaning like coming to see the kids or tap into what the kids are, or tap into what the kids are doing. All of that stops when dad doesn't have access to the mother. Why is co-parenting dependent on if dad has access to the mom or not?
It
Come
shouldn't
on,
be.
Clint.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Again, maybe that's that woman's experience. Let's go there
Okay,
because I've seen too many men. See. Let's go here, and Teddy,
come
you
on.
can
Let's go.
chime
Let's
in.
go there. Let's go there.
You women have never seen men gather in a huddle when a brother's been broken. See, y'all don't get to see that. Y'all so caught up on the knight in shining all armor, or he's an ogre. Forget the in between part. Man, I've been in places where brother man just broke up with his girl, divorced, grown man, strong, sturdy, ain't nothing feminine, but he's in tears.
Mm-hmm.
And the brothers gather around. Hey man, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
We so 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 if a man is broken, and especially if he's been broken by that woman, it's going to be difficult to get a lot out of him. Versus it's a healthy, happy, vibrant relationship. Then it's all access. There's levels to this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and unfortunately, the children become casualties of war.
Yes, exactly, Clint. Exactly. And
Yeah,
that's what I don't like about it.
100%.
I saw so much of that, and so doing my work I did for them 17 years, I saw so much of people using kids as leverage and all of that, and it was just gotten to the point it was just sickening to watch. I mean, it really, I really did. Saw a lot. So she
yeah,
giving an
See,
example. She's giving an example. She said, for an example, this is her example, Clint. This is her
yeah.
example. She said, let me show it. She said, for an example, I'm divorced, LOL, and I allow dad to come and do whatever for the kids, but the minute I close, the minute I close two door to have access to me, relationship wise, every every for the kids is put on hold from dad. I don't think it's fair that if I can manage my emotions to see my kids happy, why can't dad? Why can't he do that?
okay. So in this case, dad is missing the mark.
Yeah.
Dad missed the mark. Um, he's vested or wants to be more vested in mom than his own offspring, his own bloodline, his own children. He's out of order.
Yes.
One 100%.
He's out. He's out of order. Um, some things ain't got nothing to do with the children, but then the
There you
children
go.
suffer. Children suffer because parents have made poor decisions or warped perspectives, or what does the Bible say? Stubbornness is as onto the spirit of witchcraft. Check that
Mm-hmm.
out.
Mm-hmm.
We can be so stubborn, we demonic, right? For
Mm-hmm.
what? Because it's my way or not. He out of order. Even if it was reversed, she'd be out of order. The
Mm-hmm.
babies have no business being pawns or pieces on the game board. That's not right.
Yeah. Now
It's just
I
not.
got I gotta ask this. Could it have been a situation where something may have happened and they misunderstood what happened? Now I'm thinking that we can try to make it work because what happened, it happened.
That's a lot of happening. Um,
Yeah, a lot happened, you know.
that's a
So
lot happened.
now we thinking we trying to work on it. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
So but no, the only answer to what all that happening is some honest, transparent communication. Everything else is speculation. Everything else is the moment. You clear. We grown. You clear, then all of a sudden you get around them, and something else in your being takes
Yeah.
over. Then your communication, at least verbal, is out the window. So folks got to learn how to folks got to learn how to communicate. Oh my goodness.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, Clint. You're right. I agree with that. You gotta learn gotta learn how to, gotta learn how to communicate. So it
Yes,
won't
ma'am.
so the
Hey, let's,
boundaries won't get all thrown off.
I want to acknowledge the elephant in the room with this topic here. The topic, head of household. Does that mean that you're no longer the head of household if you are not making the most money?
Woo! Kaboom. So, popular opinion, but not every household is the same. If you let society do it, and this is where this in school, God, this is good stuff. Woo! So so is a man measured by his income potential? Is that the sum total of a man? That becomes the question that plays into what you're saying, right? Now, you can be a dope dealer, you can be a jewel thief, you can be a whole lot and make a whole lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
All bills paid, lap of luxury. But because of how you make your money, what type of individual are you? I'm
Oh.
just throwing that out there. Now, now the women, I get it. You working hard, and maybe his motivation ain't what it needs to be, and so that needs to be examined and worked on. There's no way out, or maybe the job he chose, or the job that he could find at the time, he ain't bringing enough money.
Yeah.
But is that how you measure him?
Mm.
Okay, ladies, let me flip it. This is
Okay.
the popular concept. Are you any less lovely or fine if you happen to pick up 15, 20 pounds, 30 over the course of us knowing one another? No, you the same bad girl.
Right.
You that same one that made me going, oh, baby girl, show was fine. Now it's more you to love. So let's go here. Or now this is even better because the African American woman, according to statistics,
Yeah.
is the most educated individual in the
Yep.
United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
That means, at least in corporate settings, her earning potential is high. Now, back to Teddy's question. Because she makes more money or as much money as her man, does that give her grounds to challenge him on everything that manhood should be? Is it all based on the dollars coming inside the house?
It's
These
so.
are real questions
Yes. Yes.
because because if you only love me, is that word again?
Uh-huh.
Because it's every economic need is met, but everything else is ragged.
Mm.
So the money's good, and let's just say the intimacy is good. Okay, but nothing else is connecting. What are we doing?
Right. Right.
Or old school. Brother come home from a hard day's work. The sister he picked, she being a quote unquote domestic woman. Then we're talking about old school. Now I'm talking about the modern day girl. I'm talking about the modern boss lady. I'm talking about her. But you out doing, he is out working 10, 12, come home. He didn't necessarily pick the nicest, neatest, cleaning, most organized woman in the world. Does he kick her to the curb? He still loves her,
Right.
or is that something that they work on, or is she supposed to just tolerate it and oh well, that's just the way she is? That's like saying, well, he broke and that's just the way he is. No, 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 no. I wasn't supposed
I
to take
think
the
they
mic
be,
like this. Y'all ain't right.
I think they be used as excuse.
Listen, I told you I'm allergic to wisdom now.
I think that just the way she is something that some men use just to keep an argument down, just to overlook it. Or that's the way she is. But instead of just saying, no, you nasty, I'm tired of coming home to a nasty house, it's time for you to get off your soapbox and keep. By the time I come home, I want my house cleaned up. Bottom line. But I think a lot of them just go right on, keep an argument. Now, after they done worked in 12, 15 hours, they don't want to argue. That's just the way she
Yeah.
is. Excuse the house. That's the way she is. But see, people get tired of hearing that time they come to your house. Excuse the house. They get tired of, well, when she ever clean up? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, I think
Yeah.
sometimes it just be a thing they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with
Wow.
it. What
Well, I
Well,
mean, well,
Go ahead on.
yeah.
What does
The-
leadership what does leadership look like in a home?
so I'm under the teaching that the man brings the vision of the house to the home. Okay, he brings the vision. He sets the parameters. Um, Hopefully, his woman, his wife, can buy into the vision or the dream, and they can work it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some folk are 9 to 5 people. All that's required: go home, go to work, go home. We good, bills paid, everything is stable. Then you got them other folk that have an entrepreneurial spirit.
Right.
I imagine that that's not the same smooth ride. Um, so it takes a certain type of person, male or female, to deal with a spouse who has aspirations that are outside of quote unquote society's norm. You know,
Mm.
yeah. I remember a friend because I'm an artist, so we already ain't got the best reputation in terms of how things are done, right? But I tell people Walt Disney was an artist and everybody bows to the mouse, so stop playing. Whole nother conversation. Um, it's about the understanding and what you do with what you have. Some, Sometimes we won't have more because we don't appreciate what's already in our presence,
Ooh.
or or we won't have more because we lack the patience to understand that a seed has to grow before it becomes a tree.
Whoa.
Absolutely.
You know,
I'm gonna put that
um,
on
Absolutely.
a t-shirt.
yeah.
I
And
love
y'all, it's after 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clint gonna
Yeah.
have to evaporate.
I
it.
got to
Okay.
get ready for my
Well,
event
look,
tomorrow too,
it's
man.
after 9 o'clock to y'all. It's 12:01 here for me.
Hey Clint,
Okay.
if you're not doing that tomorrow, man, if you don't, I know you. I think you're in LA. If you're not doing anything, man, stop by the venue, man. It's gonna be phenomenal, man.
What time is the venue? 'Cause I got a cousin that's got a event going on tomorrow evening. So what time?
It starts at 12 at noon.
Okay, we'll see what we can do. Yeah.
Yeah, it starts
All
at
Okay.
right.
noon.
So one last comment I'm gonna read, and we're gonna close it out. It
Mhm.
says from Sylvia. She says leadership looks like praying together, compromise, agreement, and allowing, submitting to, respecting, and honoring the opinions of the husband.
Mm.
I get that. I thank you, Sylvia, for that. Thank you for being in here too. Thank you for everybody that came in. Lori,
Yeah, yeah,
Trina, everybody that came in, Sylvia, Char. And I see some people on YouTube, but I can't see their names.
yeah.
Thank y'all for being in here. Okay, Ray, you want to close it out?
Yeah, I just want to say to the men that were on earlier, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, man. I appreciate your transparency, man. A lot of men don't want to be transparent, so to find men that are able and willing to be transparent, man, and being able to, be uncomfortable in their skin, man, is amazing, man. And it's
Mm-hmm.
impactful as well. So I appreciate you, Clint, man, for coming
Yes,
on, man,
thank you
and
for that.
sharing, man. And like I said, we need more like Clints in this world, man, that are allowing,
Thank you,
them
Anna. Thank
to
you too.
love, to expand their love outside of biological.
Exactly.
That's something that this world needs from a lot of men in general, man. Let's just start there. But this is a start. This is a start, man. And like I said, in any change, there's going to be baby steps. So this is a baby step, and I'm excited about it, man. So, man, thank you again for putting your Friday night to the side, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And you know what?
Thank
I'm just sitting here thinking. Same thing, Ray. Thank y'all so much, y'all guys, for coming up in here. But I just had an idea, and I'm gonna say it live. So if anybody watching live, ladies, y'all want to do this? All right, we got not dads but fathers, right? So what about not moms but mothers?
you. Ooh.
Yeah, yes.
You can step on some toes.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Cause I just did one 2 weeks ago called "Do You Know Your Mother's Story?" Yes. Oh yeah, there was something there. Um, so okay, anybody watching live? I want to try to get this scheduled for next month. Not moms, but mothers. Okay. Thank y'all,
Um.
gentlemen. Okay, go ahead on, Clint. What you want to say? Finally, Clint,
I
what you want to offer some wisdom to people?
Well, I got something I'm gonna send you guys. They're not quite ready yet. I'm working on a book of poetry, my second book of poetry. My poet name, my pen name is Saint Ice. So I'm out here in LA. I do poetry. I'm on these open mics and all of that.
You want to
I
bless us
did.
with one of your poetries?
That would be
Um.
lovely.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the ones I want,
Yes.
I don't have memorized yet. But look at that. I had to open up my mouth. Okay.
Wait a minute. And Charles said the conversation was really good. Very good perspective. Thank you, Char.
Appreciate that, Char.
This is
So
great.
Clint is gonna bless us with one of his poetry, y'all.
Okay, so what I'm going to bless y'all with later, you two in particular. I
Okay.
have one called She Is, and this is for the mothers, right? And then I have another one called Unloved, which reflects my relationship of my father not being there. Oh man. So this one I'm gonna write. This one is I'm gonna read. It's definitely relationship driven. This is the book that's on Amazon. Love is so cool by Saint Ice. I laugh now. Okay,
Yeah,
let's see. Let's see
that's
what
dope.
what which
That's
one.
dope.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this one. This one is ooh, Lord have mercy. What is this program? Uh okay. Okay. I led with the word love, right?
Yeah.
So so this one is called Love is So Cool. And I'll read a portion of it. It's long. We don't need the whole thing. But this is Love is So Cool by Saint Ice. I want to be in love. It's a wonderful thing. With a lifelong partner who truly loves me. Die hard romantic more than roses and chocolate candies. I'm not concerned with what another man is thinking of. I speak my love language, kisses and hugs. You see, I needed to stick to my ribs. I need a biscuits and gravy kind of love. Here's the word. It was said to me that everything that looks good to you ain't good for you. Watch how they do you, ignore you, or adore you. But my grandpa said, boy, don't you be no fool. I said, yeah, Pop, but love, it's so cool.
All
Okay.
right. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that
man.
was
Yeah, good brother.
awesome.
Yeah,
That
yeah, you
was
gonna have to do that.
awesome.
Yeah, you gonna have to do that on that track.
That was awesome. That was love is
Uh,
so cool. I like. And you say it's on Amazon?
yeah, so you can get the book. The title name is Saint Ice, Book of Ice, Volume One. Love is so cool. That's me all dressed up, looking like somebody else. But that's the other side. That's Saint Ice. He's cool.
So if you go in and just put in "love is so cool," it still should come up, right?
If you come up, look for it's a red rose background with a gentleman with a black suit and hat on.
Okay.
That's me. He got a little.
I am going to support you, my king. I am going to get the book. I promise you
Yeah,
that.
100,
And I will,
100.
and when I get it, I've always liked to take, I will tag you in it, let you see that I purchased it, and I'm going to read it.
Thank
No
you.
doubt about it. And don't be
Okay.
surprised if one of your poems don't get quoted on one of my shows.
Amen.
Yeah,
Let's go. Let's go.
yeah. It
Surprise.
kind of you kind of dived into one of my slogans. Stop looking for love. Love will show itself.
Uh
Man,
oh.
yes, that's what they say.
Uh
That's
oh.
what they say.
Oh, I
Yep.
like that. Stop looking for
And
love. Love will
stop
show
looking.
itself.
Stop
I
looking.
enjoyed y'all. I enjoyed y'all so much. I
Yeah,
enjoyed this conversation. This conversation was definitely meant to have. Thank you to those. Quana said that was fire. She said that was fire. She
yeah,
gave you
yeah,
that. Yeah. This
yeah.
we
Thank
gonna do that moms but not mothers. We're gonna do that for the ladies, for us. It's gonna. I know I'm gonna step on some folks' toes too, but it's okay. It's okay. But
you.
thank you,
Okay.
Ray. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ray. Thank you for agreeing to do this with me as well as my beautiful panel of men that I had up here tonight. Man, and she said, bullseye. I sure appreciate this. We got off to a late start, but it's okay. But see, that's what happened with greatness happened. It's okay. It was
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clint,
Okay.
and I forgot to tell the other guys, be looking out for an invitation from me to be on my platform. And I meant to mention that to the other guys, which I will, and reach out to them. Uh, yes, we're gonna have a conversation, okay? So y'all,
Yeah.
with that being said, y'all know I love you. Y'all know I love y'all, and thank y'all for hanging in here with us with this conversation. It was so good. I was not gonna just say, "Oh, we've been 35 minutes." No, I don't do that. We talk, we talk. Okay,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
hope this conversation help somebody, because y'all notice
Yeah.
my platform is about. It's about trying to empower people that watch it the live or watch the replay. Y'all already know that. Okay, I love y'all. Y'all
Love
have a
you
good
too.
night.
I love
Thank
you
you.
too. Be
So
blessed. Be
All right.
blessed.
All right, brother Teddy. Y'all have an amazing weekend.